right, fantastic. Okay, you don't need to raise up your hand. Okay, so you'd see a smiley button. That smiley button, click on the smiley button, you'll see like a thumbs up, and that's exactly what you need to give. Oh, all right, that's good. Okay, looks good, looks good. Okay, so you can put down your hand, everybody. I know you don't have questions this early in the session, so you can actually just, okay. All right. So thank you very much for joining today's session. I'm usually very excited about, when people take out time to join sessions like this so they can actually learn from the session. And guess what? We're going to be talking about something very, very interesting. Okay. We're going to be talking about something very interesting. But before we go into the topic for today, I would like to know where you guys are joining in from. Okay. I'd like to know where you are joining in from. So are you currently in Canada also like myself, or are you in the UK, or are you in are you in Germany, Ireland? What part of the world are you joining the session? So I just want the country, okay, just the country, so I know exactly where you're joining the session. So we have UK, South Africa. Okay, that's good. Okay, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. I want the session to be very interactive. I want the sessions to be very interactive. So please, the best way you can learn from every session is for you to be interactive. Okay. So you ask questions, you're answering questions, and that's basically what gets you excited about the session. Okay. So we have UK, South Africa, Namibia. Fantastic. We have people from across the world: Ghana, Nigeria, UK, Kenya, UK, Mauritius, UK, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Nigeria. Okay, fantastic. And we have very diverse people literally across the world. And I think that's what really gets me excited also. All right. Thank you very much for taking our time to join today's session. We are going to be talking about, like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about something very, very, very interesting. All right. And I'm not going to be taking any more time. Okay. We like to keep to time. And that's something that you would always, if you've ever been in our session, we'd like to always keep to the timing of our session. So I'm just going to jump straight into it, and we can get started. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to secure visa sponsored jobs in the UK. Now, if this sounds interesting for you, I want you to give me another thumbs up. Let me see. If this sounds interesting for you, give me another thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Don't raise up your hand. Just select the icon. You'll see the smiley icon. Click on the smiley icon. You'll see thumbs up. And that's what you need to collect. Don't raise up your hands. Okay. You only raise up your hand if you have a question. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see a lot of reaction. So it's going to be very, very straight to the point. We're not going to be dilly-dallying. We're not going to be going through the corners. We're not going to be doing all these things, okay? We're not going to be doing that. We're going to be going straight to the point to talk about how to secure visa-sponsored jobs, okay? All right. So if you're in the UK, I'm pretty sure this is something that you're bothered about. If you're not even in the UK and you're looking at moving to the UK, maybe this year, next year, or sometimes in the future, this is something you're also considering. How can I get sponsored? How can I remain back in the country? These are the things that you are likely going to be questioning, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, going straight to hit the nail on the head and how you can actually get this job. Practical steps you can take today in order for you to get the job itself. So that's what we're going to be doing today, okay? All right, so if you're joining us for the first time, if this is the first time you're ever going to be joining our session, I want you to drop a number 1 in the chat. If this is your first time joining the session, I want you to drop a number 1 in the chat. Drop a number 1 in the chat. Okay. If this is the first time, we have a lot of newcomers in the house. And I'm excited about this, honestly. We have a lot of newcomers in the house. So all I want you to do is look on the left side of your screen. You would see somebody waving at you. Follow that person. That person is going to be, we have a dedicated seat for first timers. Okay. All right. Anyways, I'm just messing around, but we are excited for you to be here today, honestly speaking. We're excited. And honestly, the more new people that we have on our platform, the more excited the session is, the more excited we are going to be delivering. So bear in mind, all you need for today's session is get a pen, get a jotter, so you can jot things down, so you can take things out of this session, okay? Get a pen, get a jotter, so you can jot things down, so you can take things out of this session. So we're going to be going straight into it, how to secure visa-sponsored jobs in the UK. But before we go into that, before just, ground rules. We have a lot of newcomers in the house, and you're wondering, what is Amdari? Okay, what are these guys talking about? What makes us different from any other platform? I'm going to be explaining it to you. Okay, so now, if I should ask you, where do you want to learn? If you want to learn data analytics, you probably know 1,001 places where you can go learn data analytics. Where do you want? Where can you go learn data science? I'm pretty sure you know 1,001 places where you can go and learn data science. I mean, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Udemy, you can go on Udacity, you can go and pay. I mean, there are so many boot camps that you can actually pay for to go learn all these technologies, all these careers. There are quite a number of places where you can go learn them. Okay. Well, now over the years, you'll start to see that learning is not tantamount to getting a job. Anybody can go learn. Okay. Anybody can go pick up a skill. Anybody can learn that skill and anticipate getting a job. Okay. But now looking at the job market at this point in time, does anybody know the number one thing recruiters prioritize? Can anybody tell me the number one thing employers and recruiters, what they prioritize at this point in time? Is it certificate? Is it training program? Is it, you can see quite a number of people already putting it in the chat. Experience. So now you see that you can go learn. Like, it's easy for anybody. Like, learning now is so easy for you to get access to learning materials. Okay, so you can go learn YouTube. You can free resources. There are free resources everywhere. I mean, if you go on Twitter today and you spend a few minutes, I'm pretty sure you are going to see a lot of free resources for cybersecurity, for data analytics, for data science, and so on and so forth. But that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be able to get a job. You can learn for the next 2 years, and you would likely find it difficult in order for you to get a job, because the job market is more experience driven. And I like to say this every single time. I like to use this example every single time. Okay, so if I should ask you today, you want to create a logo. You started a business. Let's just assume you start a business and you want to create a logo. You want to create a logo or a brand essence document for your business. Now you have two people. The first person said that I just graduated from, or I just finished learning. I just graduated from a design school. Okay, I just graduated from a design school. I've not really done much, but if you give me the opportunity, I would be able to deliver. Now you now have another person that did not go to any design school, okay? But this person is telling you the things they've done, okay? I've worked with this particular brand. I've done this particular brand's, essence document. These are my work. These are the things I've done. You can click on the link here. You see the logo. You can click on the link of this particular website. I built their logo. The person can show you about 5 to 10 samples of things they've done. Now, person one just graduated from, let's even assume, one of the best graphic design schools, but doesn't have any sample or anything that they've done to show proof that they can actually do the job. Now, the second person is the person that has not gone to school, okay, but has different amazing projects, amazing samples of projects they've worked on. Who would you likely go with, person A or person B? That's what I want to ask you now. Person A, just school, no samples, no project, nothing, or person B that has samples of different projects and you can clearly see the proof of work. Who would you go with? So I can see a lot of B's in the chat. Now that's the same mindset. That's the same thing recruiters are looking at. Okay. So the tech market is pretty much the way you respond is the way the tech recruiters and employers would also respond. That's the same way to respond. So if you are going to meet a recruiter today and you're telling the recruiter that I don't have experience, but I have learned from Udemy, I've paid for bootcamp, I have done this, I have done that, I have all this certificate from all these platforms, okay? Another person is not telling them that I don't have any of those certificates, but these are the projects, these are the things I have done. And if I get into the organization, I will do better than even what I've done before. Who would they likely believe? They'll believe the other person has experience. So, and that's exactly what we have decided to do at Amdari. So we have gone beyond theoretical learning, okay? And we have gone beyond even practical learning. We have gone into what we call real world experience. Now, the key question you need to ask yourself is, if you're looking to delve into any of this career path, data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, cybersecurity. So for cybersecurity, we broke it down into 3 career paths. We have SOC analysts, we have GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance, and we have ethical hacking and penetration testing. So if you want to go into cybersecurity, those are the 3 major careers that we have there. So this 7 career path. So if you were looking to getting sponsored in any of this career path, or even getting a job in any of this career path, you need experience. And we're going to be doing some practical session in today's session. So you clearly see that if you're looking to break into any of this career path or get a sponsored job or get a job, you need experience. Now, the key question is, where do you get this experience? Where are you supposed to generate or get this practical hands-on experience? That's exactly what we are doing here with Andari. Okay, so we provide you with experience, okay, through real-world projects. So you're not going to be working on random projects. Now, data analysts in the house, Titanic data sets is overused. Iris data set, TIFF data set. There's so many data sets on Kaggle, Google that are overused. So if you're going forward to say that these are the things I've done, the recruiter is going to look at you and say that, 1,001 people have seen this thing 1,001 times already. It doesn't make you unique. It doesn't give you any form of credence to your experience or your portfolio. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. So you're going to be working on real life projects, not random generated. These are real life projects. Okay, so we'll come back to these anyways. But just know that Andari is the only platform that guarantees you work experience. It's the only platform that guarantees you actual hands-on experience in order for you to get the job sponsored or even just get to the job itself. So now, who is Ifemena Ipro? Who is this person speaking to you, and what gives me the yardstick to speak to you today? My name is Ifemena Ipro. I'm the co-founder of Tenalytics and also the co-founder of Andari. One of the major reasons why we started Andari is because of one of the major successes that we have with Tenalytics, where we have helped over 2,500 people transition into the tech space from non-technical background, training them, giving them the skills, giving them the experience, and helping them transition into the tech space. So we've been doing this for the last 5 years, or I've been doing this for the last even more than 5 years, even before we started Tenalytics and Andari. I've been helping people, mentoring people, and helping them get started and even securing jobs within the tech space. So, and that's something I've been doing. That's like my bread and butter. Okay, so that's the reason why all you need to do in today's session is just listen. That's all I need you to do. All I need you to do in today's session is listen, and I can guarantee you that you are going to be learning a lot in today's session. So my own personal experience, I come from a non-technical background. So I studied economics in university, moved from economics. My first job also in Lagos, Nigeria, I was working as a management consultant. So I did management consulting for about 4 years. So you can see that I started from a non-technical background. Also, my first job was non-technical also. Okay. So, it took me about 2 years to transition into my first job, to get to my first job as a business intelligence developer. Okay. So now doing that, getting that job was when I realized that it's actually not as difficult as we think it is to get a job within the tech space. It took me 2 years anyway. Well, the question is, should it take you 2 years to get a job in the tech space? That's the puzzle question. Because it took me 2 years to get a job in the tech space, should it have taken you also another 2 years in order for you to get your own job in the tech space? And that's exactly why we started on this platform, to see how we can help more Africans transition into the tech space. Some people would ask the question, I don't have any experience. I've never worked in this capacity before. How can I leverage my past experience in this career path I want to go into? We would help you to do that. Those are the things that we are challenges with, that we learned how to do it for ourselves. But you don't need to waste time figuring out yourself. We would help you figure it out. And that's exactly what we've done. So over the years, I have gone on to work with different organizations, different platforms, working as a data analyst, data scientist, business intelligence developer, data engineer, data scientist. I've worked as a Power Platform developer. I've implemented different analytical solutions for different businesses in the UK, Ireland, Canada, US. My experience has spanned all that. But see, the interesting thing here is, I started from a non-technical background. Took me 2 years to get the job. So if you've been struggling to get a job, okay, to get into the tech space today, we're going to be actual steps you can actually take in order for you to get your job. Okay. So, anyways, who's excited? Who is still excited? Let me see. Give me thumbs up. Let me see. Let's get started, guys. All right. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up if you are excited in here. Okay. If you are saying, okay, this session is going to be amazing. All right. Fantastic. I can see all the thumbs up coming in. Okay. So obviously I'm not doing this alone. Okay, if I'm doing this alone, then it's going to be a lot of work. I'm also doing this with Adeza Suleiman, also the co-founder of Analytics, and also the co-founder of Amdari. And we thought we actually worked together. Funny thing. And the thing also is we both are coming from a non-technical background. Adeza studied industrial chemistry. All right, we worked as management consultant. Took us about 2 years, over 2 years to actually get our first job. So our stories are almost similar. Okay, Adeza currently works as a data science consultant, for businesses in the UK and in the US, also based in Canada. But that's basically what we do. So once we got into that space of consulting, working as consultants, it's the easiest way. That's like the peak in terms of for my own personal view. Anyways, if you're working in the tech space, and the moment you can get to that consulting space where you can work for yourself, work for businesses, that's the sweet spot. Okay, where you can actually dictate your time, dictate the projects you want to work on, and so on and so forth. So that's what we do essentially. Also, in the same vein, I have Omowumi. Okay, Victoria Sampson. She is currently the CTO and COO of Amdari. And in her own experience, she is a software developer, also coming from a non-technical. We're all non-technical people that transition into the tech space, and with that effort, we are always looking at how we can help more people transition into the tech space. All right, that's the key question. That's the key thing that we are going to be talking about in today's session. All right. So, without further ado, Omowumi is going to be handling the session. She's going to be walking us through the practical steps that we're going to be taking in order for us to transition and get in a job. So we're going to just give me a second. I'm just going to share my screen again. I have another slide I'm going to be working with. Okay. All right. So now I want you to, before I share the slides, I want you to tell me the career path you want to go into. What career path are you looking at getting into? So, and that's the reason why we are doing this, is so that we can easily tailor the session to suit you better. All right. So what career path are you looking at getting into? Okay. What career path are you looking at getting into? Yes. Keep it coming. 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 Okay. Keep it coming, guys. That's exactly what we're looking for. I can see a lot of data professionals in the house, and that's very interesting. Okay, lots and lots of data-driven professionals, which is absolute. Okay, we have quite a number of data professionals in the house. This is amazing. This is amazing. Let me say that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now let me go back to sharing my screen so we can fire away. So let me take a look at all the people that we have in the house. So we said, okay, career path, data science, data analysis, cybersecurity. Okay, that's good. So for cybersecurity, we have 3 major career paths: SOC analyst, and I'll tell you the reason why we selected this career path: SOC, pen testing, and GRC. These are the major career paths that we focus on. All right, so we have data analytics, business analysis, data analytics, and cybersecurity. There's one thing I'm going to talk about today, and you need to take notice of it. Data analysis, logistics and supply chain, that's my domain. And I'll tell you, you need to either be a data scientist or a data analyst. You can't focus on just logistics and supply chain. And I will explain that in today's session also. We're going to be learning a lot in today's session. I will tell you that. Data engineering, cybersecurity, software developer. Okay, that's good. But I would love to do data analysis, project management, cybersecurity, data engineer, data, business, cyber, This is interesting. Okay, I'm a Google certified CIS. Okay, we'll talk about certifications as we go on. Don't worry. Okay, so quite a number of cybersecurity data analysts, and I absolutely love this. Okay, absolutely love this. So now what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience before we jump straight into the session itself. So Mommy, if you're on the call, please just let me know when you're ready and you're good to go.
Yes, I
All
am
right?
here.
Are you good to go?
Yes, but can you share your screen for me while I start? I'm still trying to connect my.
So, yeah, please get that. You can get that sorted
Oh,
out. Okay.
okay, okay.
We'll take your time. All right. Okay. So I think I made a mistake. I went to stop sharing. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to be starting off with my personal relocation story, and this is just to tell you that if I can do it, you can also do it. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience, and this is where you can actually see. I'm not going to be. This is not a joke. This is real life, and I'll show you proof. So, starting my own relocation journey. Okay, I relocated first. The first relocation. When you want to Japa, the destination for me at the time when I was even starting my relocation journey was Canada. Was where I wanted to go to. Okay, but at the time I can't really remember what happened, but Canada wasn't just working out. So the first thing that I did was, okay, do you know what? I'm going to go to Ireland. Ireland at the time was showing were giving out, the post-work visa. UK wasn't doing it at the time. So I was like, oh, Ireland was a fantastic opinion. It was a fantastic choice. Now I relocated to Ireland. Okay, even before I relocated, most people that I'd met or I'd spoken to, my colleagues in the office back in the days, I was working as a management consultant. So I worked majorly with very, very senior people within the bank and all that. So I told some of them that I was looking at relocating, and everybody was on the same opinion. If you can't get a job, you can't get a good job. Most people that I know that are in the UK or in the Ireland or that have traveled out are either working, wages jobs. So wages jobs, you're working McDonald's, you're working, care jobs, or you're working warehouse or something wages. It's always wages. That's it. You're working per hour, and all that. And well, thankfully at the time, I knew people that had gotten jobs within the tech space. I knew just two people. One was in finance, and the other guy was working within the tech space. So I was like, okay, if I know two people that are able to get a job, okay, I think I can try to also get a job. Okay, but when I relocated, it was difficult. I won't lie to you. Even as a student, you really can't do much because you only have 20 hours in a week that you can work. So the only thing that made sense was a survival job when I got started, when I landed. So I worked in the warehouse. So you see, all the muscles I have today is not because I'm going to the gym, even though I'm going now. But back in the days, I got muscles from the working in the warehouse. So there's this notion that if you're African, you are strong. So they usually give me the big boxes, the big trailers, the heavy equipment trailer. So I was always carrying heavy boxes. Okay, my back still hurts till today. All right, so I worked in the warehouse, okay, and I did this, and I'm pretty sure we have people on the call today that are in similar boats at this point in time. But I was struggling to, see how I can actually transition. I was working as a consultant. How can I use my past experience in getting a job? But you see, I faced some certain challenges, and I'm pretty sure you are going through the same thing today. Number one was I was over relying on my degrees and certificates. I over relied on it so much to the extent that whenever I was applying for a job and somebody was asking about my prior, asking me to introduce myself, I would lay more emphasis on the degree I have, the degrees I have, my programs, the certificate I have gotten, the courses I have taken, and so on and so forth. That was the things I usually led with. And I saw that it never helped. Okay, I got lots and lots of rejection. The second thing also is Ireland, UK, or Canada, or US work experience. So even in UK, you'll see a lot of people say that you need UK work experience in order for you to get a job in the UK. And to be honest with you, the major reason I got a job working in the warehouse was because I felt I needed island work experience. So even in the UK, and somebody has told you that you need UK work experience in order for you to get a job. So you're getting a job in customer service, you're getting a job in warehouse, you're getting a job in care, so that you can show that you have worked in the UK. That's a very huge misconception, honestly speaking, but I would shed more light. So, that was one of the major misconceptions I had also, and that's the reason why I went to work in the warehouse. And the other thing also was downplaying on my past experience. So, like I said, I was over relying on the master's program I just completed, the courses I've done on Coursera, Udemy, and all the certificate I've gotten. That was what I was leading with. So I never really talked about my past experience. I remember one of the recruiters I spoke to was saying that, if a man, your past, tell me about the things that you've done before. Okay, so all these degree certificates and all the things that you're leading with, and that's not really what I was concerned about. Tell me about your past experience. But still, I still did not want to overemphasize my past experience. And that's where most people are. And you'll be asking the question, how do I leverage my past experience? We're going to be discussing that in today's session. So regardless of any background, regardless of any way you're coming from, how do you leverage your past experience is the major question, and we'll do that. We'll talk about that. So regardless if you did customer service in Nigeria, you worked in a bank in Nigeria, or in anywhere in Africa, in Namibia, South Africa, how do I leverage my past experience? We're going to be discussing how you can actually do that in today's session, and how you can use your past experience in landing a sponsored job. So regardless of anywhere you're coming from, all right? The other thing is poor CV formats. This is something that's everybody suffers from. Okay, so I had a very poor CV, and if today you apply for a job and the next 15-20 minutes you are getting a rejection email, you have a bad CV. Even if you don't get a response, you have a bad CV. Your CV is not converting. So your CV ideally should be able to convert job applications into interviews. If your CV is currently not doing that, you have a terrible CV. Next thing is lack of focus. So you see the person that says data analytics and cybersecurity, you need to focus. Focus is number one. So you see, when I was working in the warehouse, I was desperate for a job. I needed a job. I needed a job that would sponsor me as a student in Ireland back in the days. So I was looking at everything. So I had a friend of mine that got a job in software engineering. I left data analytics and data science. I left all those things. I went to go and learn software engineering. In a few weeks' time or a few months' time, a friend of mine as a product designer got a job, and was telling me that it is easy to learn product design. So what did I do? I left data analytics, I left data science, I left software engineering, and I went to learn UI UX. Okay, so I saw that every time somebody was getting a job, I was upping, thinking that there was a greener pasture somewhere. This particular career path, this next career path is likely going to get me the job. So that lack of focus actually cost me more time to work in a warehouse. Okay. So that's a couple of months I was learning software, more from software to UI UX, and taking a huge chunk out of my time, and that's what most people are doing. You're always very desperate to get a job, so you're hopping from one career path to the other. So the other thing is very poor interview skills. So if you're getting interviews, but you never pass the first level or the second level, or you never get an offer, then there's something you're saying wrongly. So the first call is usually like you and the recruiter call. So I will talk about interviews, don't worry. The first call is usually you and the interviewer call, and the second level is it's not technical, but you're going to be interviewing, the person that is going to be interviewing you would likely be your direct boss or somebody you're going to be reporting to. So you will likely go a bit technical in terms of the way you explain certain concepts, certain things you've done in your experience. So if you don't know all these things, you will likely be flopping at every stage and every level of interview. And that's why you're getting rejections also. So the last but not the least is no relevant work experience. So you're working in customer service or you're working in the bank in whatever country you are, okay? And you want to use customer service experience to get a job as a data scientist. It might not be possible. So you see, how do you leverage your past experience is the key question. So you see, all these things, I was able to bypass all these things, okay? And it took me, like I said, it took me a while. But if it took me a while, it means that it shouldn't take you a while also. And that's the reason why we're having sessions like this, so that you're not there trying to figure out things yourself. I tried to figure out things myself, and that's why it took me a very long time. But you don't have to do the same thing. You don't have to take a while in order for you to get what you're looking for. So we have implemented, we at Amdari came up with a strategy. We called it the Amdari 6 steps approach. Amdari 6-step approach to career transitioning. Where you're not going to be dependent on your degrees and certificates, where you can get your UK work experience, where you can leverage your past experience, where you get a proper structured CV, you can focus on the career path and get a job, will improve your interviewing skills, and also you get relevant work experience. So all these things that I suffered from, we created a platform that would help you create a solution to that. Okay, so eventually, I got a job. Anyways, I did talk about that. So from moving from the warehouse, I got a job as a business intelligence developer. Guess what? With the same organization. So the same organization I was working as a warehouse staff. If you're in the UK, you would have heard of DPD. DPD in Europe is one of the largest logistics firm in Europe, in EMEA itself. Okay. So you see, moved from the warehouse, working in the warehouse, I was able to get a job as a business intelligence developer for the same organization, not for another organization. The same organization I was working as a warehouse staff was the same organization I got a job as a business intelligence developer. So you see where you're working at the moment, whether it's care or it's this, it's whatever is that, you can actually make that transition also. Okay, it's very possible because, like I said, if I can do it, trust me, you can also do it. It's not as technical as you think it is. All right, but you just need to be focused and intentional about it. So after implementing all this and making changes to my career and all that, so once I got the first one, that was the point. I started asking the question, let me rinse and repeat this strategy to see if it works. So I got this job here, okay, and guess what? A few months down the line, I got another job. And the other job was with Dell, okay, Dell. So the computer brand Dell. I got another job with Dell. So this was as a demand planning advisor. This is just a few months working on this role. I would say about 4 months working on this role when I got this particular offer. Now this offer was paying me more, okay, with additional perks. The head office was in the US, okay, but I was meant to be working in Ireland fully remotely. Okay, so it was a sweet position at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave this job and move to Dell to work. So the day I was resigning, the day I wanted to resign, my boss told me that they were going to, match the offer and give me additional perks. Okay, the additional perks also came with sponsorship. Now, the first time when I got the job, I wasn't sponsored. It was just a job. It was just a job I was doing for about 4 months. Okay, so I got the job. So when I got this offer, the additional perks that came with them matching this offer, one of the major perks was sponsorship. So they sponsored my visa. And a few months down the line, about 2 months down the line, in less than 2 months, I got another offer with another company. Okay. So, one of the major reasons why they felt they were going to keep me was because they were going to sponsor me. And in Ireland, if the company sponsors you, you need to stay with the company for 2 years before you can make a switch, before you can move to another company. But, I mean, the other company was looking at paying me almost double of what they were paying me. So I was like, I was like, what's the essence of me staying there? Do you understand? So I moved because I knew that if I enter into this organization and I do well, I would likely get sponsorship. It's not guaranteed, but it's a 80% chance that they will likely sponsor you. And that's exactly what I did. So I moved, I resigned. When I was telling the boss that my boss back in the day that I got another offer, the boss was confused. It was like, if you remember, it's not every time you get a new offer, they're going to change your contract. Do you understand? So that's exactly what happened with me. And you see, that's exactly from Ireland, I moved to the UK. From UK, I moved to Canada. And honestly, it's rinsing and repeating the same strategy day in, day out. And honestly, that's really where it started for me to heading towards my 6-figure, career, within the tech space. So if currently you are looking at it like you're working in a menial job, I also did it. Okay, I worked in the media, I worked in the warehouse, and like I said, that's where I got all my muscles today. So you see, and that's the transition, the step-by-step transitioning that I took. It took me a while. Doesn't mean it should take you a while also. And that's exactly why we built Amdari, to see how we can help you get started. So enough about myself. I'm going to allow Omowin to hand over the practical steps you can actually take on today in order for you to get your sponsorship jobs. Okay, so if you're enjoying today's session, please give me, put a 1 in the chat. If you're enjoying yourself in today's session, I want you to put a number 1 in the chat. If you're enjoying the session, put a 1 in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one. Let's go. Let's see. All right, let's go. I can see a lot of round of applause and thumbs up and all that. So, Omomi, I want to, Omomi, I've done a bit of introduction about your own self, okay? How you've helped people transition into the tech space, and how we're building and directing help more people transition using actual real life projects for them to work on and all that. So, Omomi is an expert, within the job markets within the UK. Okay, and I want you to listen to this, because this is something that you can actually start to implement today, not tomorrow, not next week, not in the next 7 months. This is something you can start to implement today. Now, like I said earlier, get a pen, get a jotter, so you can jot it down and take things out of today's session. So I'm going to hand over to Omomi for her to, lead on practical steps for us to take in order for you to get a job in the tech space. Cheers, guys. See you. I'll be back anyways. Thank you, Mom. Over to you.
Thank you so much for that. So I'll share my screen real quick. Okay, I think it's already coming up. Yeah, it's already coming. So you can just confirm which one see your screen. Okay.
It's not up yet. It's still loading.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Loading. It's loading. So guys, if this is your time for you to go get a jotter and a pen, because this is a practical session. The session is recorded. If you want to get access to the recording and the material we use for today's session, please fill the attendance form. So my colleagues will be dropping the attendance form in the chat. So make sure you fill the attendance form. Okay, make sure you fill the attendance form to get access to the recording and the materials we're going to be using in today's session. All right. So thank you very much. Over to you, Mom. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So please confirm that you can. Okay, I think it's already up. So let me just show get started. Thank you so much for that, and it's great to be here. I'm excited to be here, and like Ibimena said, so much introduction has been done, and I believe we are also excited to be here today. So yes, first things first, I would love to know if you're already based in the UK. All right, if you're already based in the UK, give me a thumbs up. Okay, I want to know how many people here fall in the category of the people that I will be speaking to. All right, thank you, Chikuzo, Charlotte, Omomi, my namesake. Okay, all right, thank you so much for the reaction. I would love for this session to be as interactive as possible. So as we share knowledge, because just see this as a knowledge sharing session. So as we share knowledge, I would love for you to also respond when need be, right? So whenever I, say something that you can relate with or relate to, you can indicate by typing in something in the chat or by reacting with any of the emoji like you all are already doing. So thank you so much. It's great to be here once again. I've been preparing for this session the whole week, and trust me, I was not going to let anything come in the way of me showing up today, right? Even though, some things that tried to stop me from being here. But yeah, here we are. So now it's great to see that most people on the call are already in the UK. If you are not in the UK yet and you are planning to be in the UK, don't worry. This session is also going to cover for how you can be more strategic about your approach. I mean, everybody loves a soft landing, right? We all want to get into a new, city, new town with security. Oh, I have a job. There is, a means of livelihood, source of income, and that security is there for me. We all want to have that soft landing. So this session is for you if you're in that category, or you're already in the UK. You got into the probably healthcare visa and you're looking to switch things up. Don't worry. Like I said, this session is for you. Now let's get started. Right. We have different routes or different sectors that come with a visa sponsorship. By the way, yes, I know the session has been introduced before I came on. So we are focusing on how you can secure a visa sponsorship in the UK. Right. Now, there are different sectors that offer visa sponsorship jobs. We have the healthcare sector, we have the technology sector, and we have the engineering sector. Now, on today's session, we will majorly focus on the tech sector, right? So if you're already in tech, can you give me a thumbs up? Oh, Oluwatosi is not in the UK yet, but it's in Nigeria. Don't worry, I'm sure you want to be in the UK at some point. Am I right? Okay, so Sandra, okay, you're all in tech already. Also, if you're in tech already, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not in tech, give me a thumbs up. All right, you're in tech, give me a thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Now we're focusing on the tech sector, like I said. Now, before we even say anything, let's see what opportunities lie in the tech sector in the UK, right? For anybody doing tech, what are those opportunities? Like I said earlier, we all want that security. If anything, can I land a job before I even go, right? So now let us take a look at how much of this possibility we have in the UK. We love to back things up with data at Andari, trust me. And according to the research that we carried out, right, we found out that tech employment in the UK has reached an estimated 2.1 million workers as of 2023. And that was an increase of 3.4% from the previous year, right? And over the next 10 years, it is expected that tech jobs will grow exponentially, right? It will grow so much over the next 10 years. If that is the case, why are you not taking advantage of every opportunity coming in tech, right? If anybody tells you the competition is tough to land a job in the UK, they are not wrong. But you can always do things the right way to ensure that you stand out, right? We'll be taking a look at all of that shortly. Now, for you to actually succeed at anything in this time and age, you need the right information. For you to always look like the smartest person in the room, you need to be the person with that information every time. You know where to look, you know where information lies. You pretty much have an idea of what's going on in your space, your industry. You have access to the right people and the right information. In this case, right people and Dari, right? Because we are just majorly focused on human capital development, workforce development, and helping people transition seamlessly into tech. From the founders, Ifemena and Adeza, to myself, Omomi, we do one major thing, which is help people transition seamlessly into tech, right? Now, we have our track record in that regard, and that's why we have sessions like this to focus on how we can also help more people. There are so many needs unmet, right? And it's very important that we keep, seeing ways that we can keep meeting this need, right? Now, for you to have the right information, like I said, you need to know where to. What are those cities that have the highest hiring rates or highest recruitment rates for tech professionals? We're talking London, we're talking Manchester, we're talking Birmingham, as you can see it on my screen, right? So if you've just been searching for jobs without being particular about these, major cities that are hiring mostly, you might want to also add that to your strategy. Not saying you should ignore any other city, but just put more energy in the right city, right? So yes, you'll be getting the attendance link, a care mini. This session is recorded one, and there are resources I'll be sharing in this session that you would want to have access to at the end of the session. So it's very important that you stay till the end, and you also you also fill the attendance form so that we can share all of these with you resources. Yeah. So now you relocated to the UK, and probably due to some circumstance and what's available, you went in, of course, maybe through the Global Tech Nation or Global Talent or whatnot. But then the only job available for you is caregiver job, right? Why should you limit yourself to that when you can do more in order to land a job in tech in the UK and work remotely or hybrid and have just a better chance at a better way of living? Right. Now, what am I driving at? The opportunities are in the UK, like I said. You just need to know where to look and how to search for this information, which is why Amgari is here. Right. Now, what are the first steps that you should focus on when you're trying to get a job in tech, or a visa-sponsored job rather, in the UK? What you need is a sponsor and a job. So how do you look for these sponsors, and what are those jobs that have that high, chance of sponsoring you? Now let's take a look at the job first, and then we'll take a look at the companies that are hiring, that have visa-sponsored jobs, job posting and everything regarding that. So one thing we do at Amdari every time, again, we love to work with data. We don't like to assume that people need this. We don't like to assume that there is this problem or that problem. we love to work with data, and how we do this is what I'm going to explain. So we went to different job boards, right? We went to different job boards from LinkedIn to Indeed to Glassdoor and everything you can see here. And we came up with a list of professions, right, that recruiters are sponsoring for in the UK. What are those career paths that you need to focus on? And what transition
Sorry, Amomi, do you want to turn off your video? So
well as what the salary.
yeah, Amomi, do you want to turn off your
Sorry about
yes,
that.
turn,
Is it better now?
yeah, that's better now. Yeah, it's better now. Yes.
When there's any other form of breaking up at any point, and I'll stop that. All right, thank you. So yeah, as I was saying, right, one of the major things we did was to do our research. What are those jobs that have the high prospect of, you to get a visa sponsorship, pretty much. So we came up with this list of 8 career paths. And after coming up with this list of 8 career paths, the beautiful thing about it is the fact that it is very easy for you to transition into, and the salary is very, very rewarding. And I will get to that part where we show that. Now, according to the World Economic Forum report, what we have right here is a validation of everything else I've said, right? You can see that these career paths are in high demand, and they will be in demand for as long as possible. One thing I always say is this: when it comes to data jobs, for example, as long as AI is a thing, data jobs will always be a thing. Data professionals would always be in demand, right? As long as AI is a thing, because you can not. So as long as AI is a thing, we all know.
Hi, mommy. Can you hear us?
Okay, so I am back. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can. Kindly continue. Thank you.
Um,
Apologies, we had a little bit of break in transmission. Okay, just I don't know if you're taking it back now. Amomi, are you okay? Are you good?
okay, please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes,
Hi,
we can
everyone.
hear you, mommy.
All right, thank you. Okay,
Mommy, can you hear
apologies for
me?
that.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I can hear you. My sincere apologies. Okay, so I'm back now. So just as I was saying before, the network kind of, broke up my
Yeah,
connection
I think you
and
could just you can turn
all.
off your video. You can turn off the video so that you have the bandwidth.
All right. So yes, moving on. So what we did was to come up with, we did our research, like I said, and according to the World Economic Forum also, this is a major thing that you should focus on, the career path that will be in demand in the next couple of years. And like I said, as long as AI is a thing, this career path will be in demand. And what are these career paths? Data analysts, data scientists, cybersecurity professionals, data engineers. We also have business analysts, right? We have project managers, that's the IT project managers, so you can call them the agile project managers. And these are the career paths that if you are looking to in demand and sought after, right? And you're looking to stay relevant in the workforce, you need to focus on this career path. And I believe that most people on this call are already in this, in this path. So if this is you, you're already in this career path, can you give me a thumbs up? Like, oh, you've gained the skill already. Just give me a thumbs up. If you have not gained the skill, you've not even learned anything on that career path, you can give me a thumbs down. But I hope to see more people indicating that they have gained, this skill already. All right. So another major thing I would love to, talk about. We all know that this topic is majorly focused on the jobs that can give you visa sponsorship. Again, we really, really love to work with data at Amdari, right? And don't just take my word for it, right? Let us verify. Now, business analysts, data scientists, data engineers, financial analysts, HR analysts, cybersecurity analysts, and agile project managers. Good worker visa, right? These are also people that can get a skilled worker visa. So it's not just, oh yeah, they said we're in demand. It's not about being in demand alone. You can also get a skilled worker visa. Now, let me show you how you can trace this. I have attached a link to this particular sheet. Like I said, you want to stay till the end of this session and you want to fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping so that you can have access to all of the links that we have embedded in this sheet, right, in this presentation. Now, I'll be sharing my screen right now to show you a particular aspect or rather, I would love to show us how we can also use this code, right? The code you can see on my screen right now. How can you use it to track the careers that I mentioned? The careers that I just said are in demand. So let me just close this up. Now let's scroll down. So according to what I have on my screen, the profession, just a minute. Just a minute, please. All right. So according to what we had on the screen, if you search for 2133, that's a job code for business analysts, right? So let's take a look at that from what we have here, right? So let's quickly check out that 2133. So we'll just scroll down. Let's go to 21. Okay, we still need to move down. So now this is it. IT business analysts, architects, and systems designers. The website link, like I said, is embedded in the sheet that I was sharing. Now, if we check out 2134, right, what we are going to see is data analyst, and you can see it right here. I think it's been switched up a bit, right? So let's just check it out. This is for the cybersecurity professionals, right? And if you check more, like further down, you will see for data analysts and other career paths, just like I have shared on my screen. Now, let me go back to what I was sharing. Again, just feel free to use what we have on the sheet to trace all of these codes and trace it to your own career path. It is a way for you to verify indeed, right, that this career path that we mentioned that, are getting visa sponsorship in the UK are actually so, as we have it on the UK gov.uk platform. All right. So now let's move on to the next part of this that is very exciting. You want to know what the salary range of your profession is in the UK. Now, I have attached the link for you to also check this out. How you can easily do this, I would love for us to do that. So let me just So I'll just click on this link right now and I'll show you real quick what that also looks like. Okay. All right. So if you come to the platform, again, the link is embedded and you scroll down, just type in the job title. Let's click on data analyst. And you need to select it, by the way, because it will tell you it's not listed in the search, right? Once you select it, let's see what it brings up. So this is the salary range of a data analyst in the UK, right? So you want to check for the career paths that are also that relates with you. If you're a if you're a cybersecurity analyst on the board, if you're a business analyst, if you're a data engineer, you want to check that. All you have to do is just follow the same way that I just did it. The link again is embedded in this presentation for you to have access to. It's just for you to have as much knowledge as possible about tech, visa sponsorship jobs, and how to navigate that space and position yourself. Now, let's get straight into let's move on from this, all right? Okay, so if you have any question, because I see people raising their hands, if you have any question, you can start typing it in the chat, right? And I will definitely attend to it as we proceed, okay? So yeah, moving on now, you need to understand something. One thing I always love to say is you have to always put yourself in the shoes of the recruiters, right? Or the employers. They are making a very, very huge gamble trying to sponsor you for a job without even knowing so much about your deliverables, right? Or how you deliver or the type of results that you bring out. So how do you convince them? Because the only way for you to get them to, go ahead and sponsor you is for you to be as convincing as possible. And the reason why we keep hearing, oh, it's very competitive is because they need to be assured that you can do the job. Now, until they are assured that you can do it, they will not sponsor it. And the competition just keeps getting very tough because there are other people applying just as you to these visa sponsorship jobs, right? So how do you make your confirm? If you can hear me clearly, can you give me a thumbs up? You can hear me clearly. Can you? Okay. Okay, people are confirming that they can hear me clearly. Oyinoza says my network is bad. Okay, there are some, okay. But I think majority can hear me clearly. Okay, I am back now. All right, thank you, Oyinoza. Okay, great. So what are the strategies that you can adopt, right, in order to get a visa sponsorship job? It is very possible. If Emena has shared how he was able to do that, right? Now, that's one thing I love to say. This part is tested and trusted. We have worked this part. That's why we have created ways for you to also easily navigate. One of the first things you need to understand is the different categories of visa sponsorship jobs that we have. How can you be that person that fits into any of this category? You already have that skill. Amazing. Does it fall under the career that I have listed? Data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, every of the 8 career paths that I have listed in the conversation today. If you fall under it again, congratulations, right? You will be able to apply for either the skilled worker visa or the global talent visa. Now, the healthcare visa is for people in the healthcare or caregiving sector, like that. Okay, you want a job in that part, maybe nursing, maybe surgeon and the likes. You can go for the healthcare worker visa. But for everyone on this call, you qualify for the 2 that I have above. Skilled worker visa. This is where you get a job that sponsors you to come to the UK, right? This is where you get the job that sponsors you to come to the UK, or you're probably already in the UK, French route, and you just want to get that job that sponsors you. This is also it, right? So you need to be a skilled professional under the career paths that I have mentioned. Global talent visa also, yes, people under the career path that I mentioned works perfectly. But for global talent visa, you're able to also get into the UK if you're a software engineer, product designer, and the likes, and every other career path that I have also mentioned earlier, right? So if you qualify for any aspect of these, categories, can you give me a thumbs up? If you don't qualify yet, can you give me a thumbs down? Again, I want to be sure that I am still very audible you can all still hear me. Dolapo, you're not qualified yet. Abdullah is not qualified. What's stopping you from doing? Caroline is not qualified. Mike is not. But I see a lot of people that are qualified. I see a lot of you. So I'm just calling out the people that are not qualified because they are less, and it's easy to quickly see their names. But okay, it's great to see that we have a lot of qualified people. For those not qualified, Peter, I see you as well. Samuel, wow, okay. So for those that are not qualified, what you have to do is to do one thing. Just gain the skill, right? And I will, we'll get into all of that. Let's move on. All right, now, the second thing, if you fall under the category of people that qualify, the second thing you want to do is to gain experience working in a UK company. How do you do this? So now you might wonder, okay, how can I do this when I don't even have access to maybe a UK company yet? I don't have a job with a UK company yet, and I am not even in the UK yet. Like someone who indicated in the chat earlier, right? I am not even in the UK yet. How do I be that person? It is very, very easy. There are different ways and different routes that you can do that. And one of those ways is how Amdari has been helping tech professionals, whether those looking to transition into tech and land their first job, or those looking to get a visa sponsorship job in the UK, or those looking to get their first job in the UK or gain UK experience. All this category of people that I mentioned come to Amdari. Amdari gives them this much needed experience. Why? First, Amdari is based in Canada, but we are registered in the UK. So you can either work as an intern at Amdari and gain experience under the UK arm of our services, or you can have both Canadian experience and UK experience. In essence, working as an intern at Amdari gives you this second one, which is gain experience working with a UK company, right? You can see on my screen the actual CV of someone who gained experience working as an intern at Amdari. Definitely wisdom. You can gain experience in two fields. You can definitely gain experience in two fields. I started out my career as a software engineer, and I've also worked in the capacity of a product manager, right? So I have experience as a software engineer and also product manager, right? And trust me, growth is like a lifelong thing for most of us in tech, especially if you want to keep thriving and stay in demand. So this is me telling you that in pursuit of growth, we are still learning other aspects of tech just to stay very relevant, right? So yes, you can gain experience in two fields in tech. Now, you can see that this person's CV went from being a social media manager in Nigeria. Can you see clearly? Can you that you can see? He went from being a social media manager CV to being the CV of someone who has worked in Manchester City Football Club, United Kingdom, and worked at Amdari as a data analyst. Take a look at his CV clearly. Business analyst and data analyst, right? He is going to be able to work as a business intelligence analyst or as a data analyst. We all know that. That's also like another arm of data analyst, right? So now from this person's CV, you can see that he has gained experience working with two UK companies. Please confirm that you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can also see the CV that I am showing you on my screen. Awesome. Thank you, Uche, Lua, Odun. Thank you. So yes, as I was saying, this is how we helped this person gain experience working in a UK company, and we revamped his CV, right? We revamped his CV. Now, moving on, you need to build your CV to be in a UK format. This is where we revamped the CV that I mentioned, right? Revamping your CV at Amdari, this is only possible when we know that you gained the actual experience, because you do not want to just revamp your CV to be in the UK format and you don't have that actual experience. You don't want that to be you, right? You want to have that actual experience and make it reflect on your CV in the standard needed format. So Amdari helps you gain the experience, revamp the CV. So you can see that Amdari has done those two parts for you. So if you're ready, so you need to already check the box for, or rather tick the box for the points for the first strategy that I mentioned, which is do you fall under any of career paths that can get a job under skilled worker or under global talent, right? You need to, so it has to be that you have the skill already, right? So without that skill, it will be very hard for you to say once yes, a visa sponsorship job. Now, and that really helps you with the experience, the UK experience, and the second strategy, which is the CV revamp to be in UK format, and you will not be lying about it. Now, here's another key thing that I would love to show you, right? And this is the part that talks about the companies that are giving visa sponsorship jobs. These companies, you need to know them. These companies, you need to know where to look for them, right? You need to know them. You need to know where to look for them. And I will show you that real quick. I mentioned something at the start of this session. I have resources that I will love to share with you. These resources, I am not just putting names. Their website address is there, right? You can easily search for them. Now, instead of you to wait until you see the job postings and the likes, you can hunt these people yourself, right? You can hunt them yourself. What are these companies, or who are they that are hiring? We have Monzo, we have Revolut, we have quite a number of them. I have a lot of these companies listed here, and there are so much more, right? And you can see that a lot of them are hiring for data analyst role, data scientist role, business analyst role. If you scroll down, you can see data engineering role. You can see machine learning, which falls under the data scientist as well. So we have quite a number of these career paths that they are hiring for, and you want to focus on searching for these companies: Amazon UK, Microsoft UK, Google London, Unilever UK. You can see them, right? What are these companies and why have the skill? And trust me, when it comes to preparing yourself for that job, one thing I believe that we do sometimes is we feel something is out of reach, right? We belittle ourselves so much sometimes that we feel we cannot be that person. I have done things that I end up surprising myself. So trust me, sometimes you just need to make that attempt. You just need to try. Just don't think that, okay, you can't get it already. So see Amazon UK now, don't assume that you can't get it. I have a friend who works with Amazon, right? If she had thought that, oh, okay, it's out of reach, I mean, you know, I'm a local talent from Nigeria, just relocating to the US, this might not be possible. If she had thought it so, she would never have applied to get the job, right? So sometimes you need to try it out, right? I love what Oyinoza, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. I love what you just typed. He said, I don't need visa sponsorship jobs. I need experience. Trust me, sometimes you need to just get started with the first step, right? That experience is how you set yourself up for the bigger shots. And I love how you think, to be honest. Oyinoza, like, and I'll get to that shortly. All right. So just a minute. Okay, I thought that was my internet again. All right, so these are the companies that are hiring. How do you search for them? We've put a list of these companies together. Remember the first step that I mentioned, you need to get experience, or rather gain experience. Then you need to have your CV reflect that exact UK experience that you have gained. So without that, just jumping into the visa sponsorship job might be like, okay, aiming at something that you might not be able to get it. So first, work on yourself, and trust me, you can get it, right? Just do the right thing, rebrand yourself, be that person, right? And getting it to just be a walk in the park, like, it would be very surprising. All right, so let's move on, right? So as I was saying, it is very important for us to know where to be, because this is how you can set yourself up for success on the long run. All right, so that's the fourth strategy. Now, the next strategy I would love to talk about is, what are the platforms that you can use to search for the companies that are hired, or rather sponsoring? What are the where can I look? So yes, Omoumi is going to share a link with me. It has a list of 50 companies that are hiring. But what if I am done exhausting her list? Where else do I look, right? Do I need to reach out to her again in order to have access to this type of information? No, you do not need to reach out to me in order to have this the access to this information. That is why I am sharing another link with you, right? Please confirm that you can still hear me. Confirm that I'm still audible. Awesome, thank you. All right, so moving on, how do you check out these platforms, right? In order for you to say, okay, yes, I know where to look next time. Because trust me, over time, these platforms would keep, it will keep growing rather, right? And if it keeps growing, it is very important for you to know where to look the next time there is like an update, right? Ignore these Temu adverts. Okay. All right. So what are the companies hiring and how can I access them? This is it. UKTSsponsors.co.uk. That's the platform. Again, the link is embedded in this presentation. Feel free, fill the, what's it called? The attendance form, and you will have access to all of this. All right. Now, this is how you search for the companies, and you can keep going further and you can see that it is a very long list. Up to how many? 113,922, just as you can see right here, right? That's how much of these companies that are sponsoring. So again, you just need to make yourself that person that these people will hire, just the same way Oyinosa thinks. That's just how you need to think. Get the experience, get what they need, and just try your luck, and you'll be surprised at the outcome, right? All right. So moving on, right? This is how you get to search for this company. So beyond the list that I will be sharing with you, right? I would also share this link that allows you to get this platform and where to search for them yourself. So you will always be able to just do your research. Oh, let me check today. Oh, let me check tomorrow, and all of that, right? Now, you are done, looking for all of these jobs and everything using that particular platform. What are the other platforms that post visa sponsorship jobs? I need to tell you, these are the platforms on your screen. Visa Jobs HQ, UK Visa Jobs, LinkedIn, NHS Jobs, Glassdoor. Now, all these platforms put together, one thing that Amdari has done is to create its own job board, and then we fetch jobs from all of these platforms and we display it on our platform. So you don't need to go far and wide in order to see, oh, what are the visa sponsorship jobs that I can have access to. You can have access to these visa sponsorship jobs from Amdari platform. Again, Amdari gives you everything that you need to have in order to be very solid, in order to be rebranded as much as possible, right? And we've done our homework, like I said, to put all of this together. So why travel to LinkedIn? Why travel to Glassdoor, Read.co.uk, Monster, and Total Jobs and the likes, when Amdari has all these jobs listed? All right. So that's how we are helping you at Amdari. And I would love to quickly show us the UK visa sponsored job before I hand over to Epimena. Yeah, so let's quickly go to that. Okay. So how do you search for all of these jobs? Like I mentioned, it is very important to always know where to look. Now, one thing you need to know about visa sponsored platform, this UK visa jobs, is that it is a paid platform. Now, Amdari has done something. You don't need to pay to have access to this particular job board because we already fed jobs from these platforms, right? So you don't need to pay. All you have to do is come here. We've already fed this job rather on our platform, but I'll still show you how it works here. So let's go to jobs, right? When you come to jobs, easily you can see that there are over 8,000 roles in listed, right? There are over 8,000 roles listed. Now, just search for the one that relates to you. Let's say you want to search for data analyst, right? So let's just search. So you search for the data analyst role, right? You can see that we have different data analyst roles right here, right? You can see different data analyst roles. Let's click on this particular one in London. Again, these are jobs that are sponsored, right? All right. So it's very, very easy for you to have access to this. Okay, so I'm seeing the comments. It's easy for you to have access to my mentorship. Just enroll with Amdari's internship program. This is one of the perks that comes with the experience. 100% mentorship from industry leaders. All right, so it's 100% guaranteed. Now you can see that these jobs are listed right here. They need you to have experience using Power BI, right? They need you to have experience collaborating with BI team. Can you see? They want you to have experience doing stuff in this capacity. How do you have experience working with people, collaborating, like they highlighted here, working or using a tool, right? If you have not worked, again, just as Oyinosa is thinking, this is just it. You can only tick all of these boxes if first you have experience working as an intern, and secondly, your CV is revamped to represent you in the room when you are not there. So your CV represents you in the room when you're not there, And by the time you get into the room to represent yourself, everything you say tallies with everything on your CV. That's just it, right? So now this is how you need to pay attention to things that can help you stand out. Okay. So yes, so again, all of these links are embedded, but this particular platform is paid. But because Amdari fetches these jobs and puts it on our platform, you don't need to pay to have access to all this. You'll be able to have access to it just by being an intern under the Amdari Work Experience Program. Okay, and we will be talking more about that subsequently. So yes, so like I said, right, these are the different things that you need to pay close attention to in order to be that person that eventually lands that visa sponsorship job. We all want to keep thriving in our career path, right? So everything said and done, like I said, experience is your pathway or your gateway to landing that particular visa sponsorship job. And how you gain this experience as an entry-level tech professional is through internship, because tech professionals want you to have a proof of mastery. Having proof of mastery is via internship, because they can't gamble yet. They want you to be able to work independently. You want to be sure that yes, you're coming on board to hit the ground running from day one. All right. So thank you so much. If you've had fun listening to this session and it's been impactful, can you give me a thumbs up? All right, before I hand over to Epimena. So now I know I'm done with my session, so I can put on my video now. I'm trying to avoid it from breaking. All right, so it's been nice speaking to everyone on this call, and I'll be handing over to Epimena. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you very much for that, Momi. I'm pretty sure you guys will have learned a thing or two from that session. And honestly, I don't think you can get everything from just listening. That's the essence why we have the attendance form, so you can get access to the materials, the recording, and you can try out on these things. Okay, try it a couple of times, and you'll likely get exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so thank you very much for that, Momi. You can stop sharing and go ahead and share my screen so we can quickly wrap up in the next 10-15 minutes. I think I'll be done here for today. All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys are learning a lot from today's session, and I'll tell you for free. This is just the tip of the iceberg, to be honest with you. And you're going to be working with professionals that have lots of experience, transitioning, getting sponsored jobs, climbing their career within the tech space, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Remember, when I was talking about transitioning, I knew just two people that transitioned, okay, and that was like the yardstick to say that, okay, if these guys can do it, I could also do the same thing. And that's exactly what we're trying to tell you today, that you don't have to try to figure out things yourself. We would help you, we would assist you. And now let me show you exactly what we bring to bear for you. All right, so like I said earlier, I shared my own personal experience. So I initially relocated to Ireland. I moved to the UK. I also currently am based in Canada. So I've lived across 3 of the main destinations people want to get sponsored jobs. But I'll tell you for free again that I have never applied for a sponsored job. Like personally, I have never applied for a sponsored job. So you see all the strategies that we've designed today to talk about, where to go to find sponsored job, how to apply, the companies that can sponsor you, blah, blah, blah. These are very critical information that you need to take note of. But personally, I just felt like I needed to get a job first, okay? So that was my own mindset. I needed to get a job. I just needed a job. And guess what? Every job I went to sponsored me, even if the initial conversation was a contract position, a 6 months, 9 months, whatever contract it was. Eventually, these organizations went ahead to sponsor, okay? So, I usually tell most people that the best strategy of getting a sponsored job is actually getting a job. Just get a job, perform well on that job. There is an 80 to 90% chance that this company will sponsor. So now this is another life experience from another of my mentee. Is currently going through data engineering, or wants to become a data engineer, went through the program, and got an internship. So part of the training program, part of the master's program, is compulsory for him to do co-op. Co-op basically is like a placement, an internship, whatsoever. Now I got a placement with one of the university partners, okay, and he did an internship here for about 3 months. And guess what? After the 3 months internship, just implementing data engineering solutions and all that, they sponsored him after the internship. the role that they brought in full time and they were able to sponsor him. So you see, most times, most people just want to chase only sponsor job. And now employers and recruiters in the UK already know this. And they know that most people that are looking, most immigrants are looking for sponsored jobs. So you see now, you find that there's an uptick in a lot of contract position. 6 months, 9 months, 12-month contract position. I'll tell you for free, if you look at the list that Omomi has provided for us today, okay, there are over 100 and something thousand companies in the UK that can actually sponsor your visa. 100 and something thousand companies that can actually sponsor your visa. So what you want to do today is look at, apply for jobs, get a job, okay, and perform well on the job. And I can tell you that when it comes to the time for you to request for sponsorship, they will have no doubt that to sponsor you. This is something that has worked for me. This is something that has worked for quite a number of other people. So it's an unconventional strategy, okay? It's unconventional. And like I said, these recruiters know that you need sponsorship. So, and the one thing that you need to have at the back of your mind is these guys, they can't really sack people the way we sack people in Nigeria, where you're not performing on the job, you get like a month's notice, and that's the end. They really barely sack people like that in the UK because of labor law and so many other things. Okay, so they know that if you enter into the company and you're not competent enough to do the job, okay, it's very difficult for them to get rid of you. This is something that I know because I have led a particular project whereby they hired an immigrant and full time, all the perks, everything, and this guy was not very, very hardworking with the work itself. And it was, I could see HR having, putting them, they call it PIP, Performance Improvement Plan, PIP. Okay, you see, how do you hire somebody, paying the person full-time salary, and the person is on a performance improvement plan for another 6 months? So you see, recruiters, employers, and these guys know that it's difficult. But with a contract position, you can easily terminate your contract. And those are the things that you see a lot of people going into. So what I'll tell you is unconventional strategy, apply, get a job, get a high-paying job that pays your bill, that pays for your visa sponsorship, that pays for your renewal, whatever the case might be. Just get a job that pays well. Okay, and then you see, perform well on that job, there's a high likelihood that they can sponsor you. All right, so now how can Amdari help you? Okay, that's the key question. How can we help you with your CV? How can we help you with work experience in the UK? If you're looking for UK work experience, how can we help you achieve this? How can we even help you get a job? Those are the key questions that we're looking at, answering, and we'll answer the question in today's session. In the next 5-10 minutes, we'll answer the question. Okay, so that's exactly what. So Amdari is the only platform that can guarantee you work experience. So every other place that you go to Udemy, YouTube, you go to any other boot camp that you want to go learn whatsoever, you want to go and learn, data analytics, cybersecurity, and all that. I can tell you for free, Amdari is the only place that guarantees you work experience. So you see that UK work experience, we're registered in Canada, we're also registered in the UK. So the business clients you're going to be working with, I'm going to explain all the things to you so you can actually get reference letter, UK-backed reference letter for your job application process. So you all those, I need to get a job in customer service, or I need to get a job in warehouse, I need to get a job in care in order for me to get UK experience. All that is gone. You have Amdari now to help you sort out your UK work experience. Okay, so now one formula that works for everybody that is in demand at the moment is TEX plus E equals to the job offer. What does TEX mean? TEX means technical skills plus experience. So you can't say that I know Power BI, but I don't have experience using Power BI. So I know how to use Power BI, but when they ask you questions like, tell me about a time you've done this kind of project before, you find it difficult to answer this question. Basically, you don't have experience. So technical skills without experience, it's not going to get you anywhere. So it's technical skills plus experience using that technical skills plus employability skills equals to your job offer. So learn technical skills, get experience, learn employability skills, and your job offer is almost 100% guaranteed at the end of the day. All right. Now, how does the internship work? How does it? We like to use the word internship so that because everybody understands the word internship, but it's actually a work experience program. It's the real name we call it is work experience program. It's a work experience program. Now, what does this work experience program, what does it mean? What does it mean when we say work experience program? Basically, like I said, people are in Canada looking for Canada experience, UK looking for UK experience. This is how you get that experience, okay? So, how do we design this? Very simple. So we at Amdari, we have partners, okay, we have business partners, startups and businesses literally across the world. So we have partners with businesses and startups in the UK, US, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, and literally across the world. So we have this business partnership with different businesses. And what they do is they give us their unique business challenges. So whatever they're going through at the moment, okay, it could be a cybersecurity problem, they will act, or they had issues with, they had a phishing attack, or they had some ransomware attack, or whatsoever the case may be. It could be a data analytics project. It could be a logistics, supply chain. It could be whatever problem they're facing at this point in time. They give us this problem, and then we assign it to you, the consultant. So we really don't like to call you guys interns, because if you put intern on your CV, it basically shows that you're a beginner. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to show you as a professional, as an experienced professional. So what we do is we remove that intern, the word intern, we remove it from anywhere you are going, your CV, your job application process. So we call you consultant. Okay, so once you get this business challenge from the business, that the business partners that we have partnered with, we assign this project to you, the consultant, for you to work on. So once you're working on this project, you are also assigned a mentor. So you see the person here, you're also assigned a mentor. And this is one of the major things that really gives credence and also helps you build that experience that you need. So as you're working on the project, you are also assigned a mentor, somebody that would handhold you and tell you the best practice, industry best practice on how to go about building a solution to the business challenge itself. So it's not random. It's not random. It's not, the case studies are not random or easy, generated, and all that. These are real life case studies, real life businesses that you're going to be working on. So it could be, like I said, it could be an e-commerce brand, or it could be a supply chain problem, or it could be an healthcare problem, or it could be anything really. Okay, so what you're going to be putting on your CV is data analyst consultant, data science consultant, data engineering consultant, cybersecurity consultant, so on and so forth. All right, so, and when people ask you about your role, what do you do with Amdari? As a data analytics consultant, what do you do? Oh, as a consultant with Amdari, we work with different business partners. So, we have different clients literally across the world, which is true. Okay, you're going to be working with different clients. Every business, every case study you're going to be working on is going to be a unique business. It's going to be a different business. And I'm going to show you some of the case studies and projects you're going to be working on. So you're going to be assigned a mentor, and at the end of the day, you would have to, at the end of every project, so a typical project would last between 3 to 4 weeks, okay? Because we all know that you're working professionals. You can't devote 100% of the time to working on the project. So we give a span of 3 to 4 weeks for the project to work, for you to work on the project and complete the project. Now, upon completing the project, what happens? You would have to do a team presentation, either an individual presentation or a team presentation. You will get evaluated, and your recommendation will be given back to the business. So it's a consulting cycle where they give us their challenges. You work on coming up with a solution or recommendation to the business challenge, and then we prefer those recommendations that you give to the business. So in the end of everything, the businesses are getting solutions, or they're getting ideas to how they can solve the problem. And you are also gaining experience in the same thing. So you're going to be building a wealth of experience coming from logistics, supply chain, e-commerce, products, whatever the case might be. You're going to be getting an immersed experience across different fields and all that. So now this project you work on, you can add it to your portfolio, okay, of projects. So when you go for an interview and they ask you, oh, what kind of projects have you worked on? And you showcase some of the things you've done, you can easily showcase this project you've worked on to your employers or the recruiter you're talking to. You'll also get LinkedIn recommendation. You could add, like I said, this experience, you can add it to your CV and tell people that this is what I do at the moment. I currently work as a consultant, as a data analytics consultant with Amdari. I currently work as a data science consultant with Amdari. I currently work as a business analyst consultant with Amdari. And these are the things you can actually put on your CV to give credence, to say that, oh, you're currently working in the UK with a UK company working for different clients literally across the world, implementing solutions. This is what gives you credence to that experience that you're looking for. Now, you can use this experience during interviews. So if they ask you questions during the interviews, oh, can you tell me about a time you've analyzed dirty data? You can give experience of how you've done it. How you can even mention the client's name, you can mention the client you worked on, you can talk about all this information. Okay? Okay, you tell me about a time you've implemented, a cybersecurity architecture framework. You can easily talk about that. Oh, can you tell me about a time you implemented this? You can actually talk about your experience that you had with Amdare. Okay, so what we do is a total rebranding. For every professional that comes on board, we are going to be doing a total rebranding. So what are we going to give you? Project-based experience and employability skills. So two things we're going to do for you once you get started. We are going to rebrand you totally. So the goal for you here is for you to get experience and use that experience to get a job. That's the goal, 100%. Okay. So if you're based in the UK or you're looking at moving to the UK, honestly speaking, there's no need for you to go and start paying for another course, learning, or if you've learned before and you've been struggling to get a job, this is where you need to be. Okay, so there's no need for you to go and pay for another course. All you need to do now is just get that experience that you need and get a job. So rebranding, project-based experience, and probability skills. So what are we going to do for you for project-based experience? You're going to be working on an average of 10 projects, real-life projects, okay, like I explained earlier, for different businesses literally across the world. You're going to be working with cross-functional team. You're going to be working, logistics, case studies, HR, finance. It could be supply chain. It could be health. It could be anything really. So you're going to be working with cross-functional teams, multiple industry experience, like I mentioned, multiple role experience. Now, for the role of a data analyst, most people think that they can only get a job as a data analyst. But let me tell you this, you could actually apply for a ton of other jobs. Same thing with a business analyst. For the business analyst, you can apply for business systems analyst roles. You can apply for business data analyst roles. You can apply for process analyst, change management, process improvement analyst roles. There are so many roles you could actually apply to, and that's where we come in to provide you with those experience. Okay. Next thing is multiple technology experience, teamwork and collaboration, increased confidence in future roles, networking opportunities, and we provide all these through the projects that we are going to be working on. Now, the next thing is employability. What are we going to do for you? One-on-one CV review is the first thing. So personalized CV review and revamp. One-on-one LinkedIn optimization. One-on-one mentorship, career coaching, interview preparation. So whenever you apply for a job, you get interview prep. We will prep you for the interview. So you see how personalized the experience is. So we're going to revamp your CV. We're going to do LinkedIn optimization. We're going to mentor you. We're going to be doing CV interview preparation. Job reference is the one thing that you need so much, honestly speaking. And that has hindered so many people from transitioning, because if you're coming from customer service background and you want to get a job in data science, it's going to be very difficult, because most of these recruiters want to back up your experience. Okay, they want a proof that you've done this before. So what typically would they do? They would need reference from your previous employer. That's where we come in. Okay, so job reference is number one. I won't lie to you, to be honest with you. So, and the last but not the least, you get a job. You might find it difficult to settle in the first couple of months, 1 or 2 months of you starting. You need help. That's where we come in. I'm going to share one of our testimonials from one of the guys that got a job recently. Okay, she got a job. She's based in Norway, and she got a job, and she had issues, doing some analysis in Excel. So it was a bit I would say it's a bit technical in terms of using conditional formatting with conditional statements and so on. So she tried it. She couldn't get it done. She reached out to the team. And guess what? Somebody on the team to jump on the call with her. She solved it. They spent the next 30 minutes trying to solve it, and eventually got it sorted out. Now, when she turned it in the office, the job she just got, the boss was now saying that they gave her the task, so that because it was busy in the department that week when she resumed. So they gave her the task for her to be playing with for that week. Do you understand? For her to just, they're running around, because they themselves within the team, they've not figured it out. So they're giving it to her, thinking that she was going to be using that to at least learn the job, and keep her busy that week in which they were very busy. All right. So, and she was able to do it in just a day, or less, just in about 30 minutes. She used the whole day anyways, but she reached out to us towards the end of the day, so on and so forth. So you see, these are on-the-job support actually provides help for you when you get started and you might be struggling. We would help you with on-the-job support. So literally, you have nothing to worry about. So what are we doing for you? By giving you experience. We are helping you revamp your CV. We're helping you optimize your LinkedIn profile. We're helping you, we're coaching you. We're doing interview prep. We're giving you reference. We're giving you on-the-job support. Literally, all you need to do is get started. Honestly speaking, nothing more, nothing less. All you need to do is start, and let's hold you and guide you through the journey itself. So we have the next course starting on the 8th of March, which is next week, Saturday. Registration is going to be closing on Monday for the 8th of March. So if you're looking at getting started, I would say join the course, join the internship, join the work experience program, gain experience, gain employability skills. And I can tell you, your job is around the corner. Okay, so we have another one starting on the 12th of April. So if you don't want to start in March, you want to start in April, you can take advantage of the discount that we have available today, and you can start on the 12th of April. So now, easily, we have 7 career paths like I talked about earlier: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, SOC analyst or threat intelligence, ethical hacking and penetration testing, governance, risk, and compliance. These are the 4 careers that we have running at the moment. Now we have the 3-month work experience program, and we have the 6-month work experience program. So anyone that suits you, you can actually go ahead with it. So we're currently running $100 discount on the 3-month program. So rather than you paying $400, you can actually secure now with $300. For 6 months, you can actually pay, you're saving $200, okay, which is the $500 discount. Okay, you're going to discount the price. Now, the key thing here is you don't need to pay $300 today to get started. No, that's not what you need. There are multiple installment payments available for you to get started. Okay, and I'm going to share that with you in a few seconds, in a few minutes. Now, all you need to do is click on this link. My colleagues will be dropping it in the chat. My colleagues will be dropping the link to you for your payment link. So once you click on the link, I'm going to show you that. It's going to take you to this particular page, okay? Now, on this particular page, you will see that is data analytics 3 months, data analytics 6 months. So once my colleagues are going to drop the link in the chat, so please take note of that. The link is going to be in the chat in a few seconds. All right, so once you click on the link, data analytics 3 months, data analytics 6 months, okay? You see data science 3 months, data science 6 months, you see data engineering 3 months, data engineering 6 months, business analysis. So you're going to take the role of a business analyst. This is exactly what it takes. Business analyst, again, another 6 months, SOC analyst 3 months, penetration testing 3 months, and governance and risk management and risk and compliance another 3 months. So depending on what you're looking for, okay. Now let me show you the multiple installments that we have running at the moment. So you don't have to drop $300 today to get started, okay. You don't have to drop the whole $300 to get started today. So you see this if it's in USD. So it's $300. You can pay a one-time payment, or you can do 2 monthly payments. So you pay $150 today, then you pay $150 in a month's time. Or you could actually go with a 3 monthly installment. So 3 months, 3 monthly installments. So you're just going to be paying per month. So it's going to be, once you click on 3 monthly installments, click on secure internship, you'll see $102 today, $99 in April, another $99 in May for you to get started. So if you're looking at getting started, I mean, this has made it easily available for you to actually get started. So what I would say is, you see here, we have only 13 seats available. It's not, we're only taking 20 people for each of the cohorts. So it's personalized, it is heavily personalized. So if you want to get started, I would say you should start now to secure a position. So that's for 3 months. So 3 months internship, and you have 3 monthly payments. I mean, that's flexible to a very large extent. Now, even for 6 months, let's take a look at 6 months. So for data analytics, 6 months, and any other 6 months that we have running at the moment, it's $500 USD, and you can pay in up to 5 monthly installments. 5 monthly installments. So rather than dropping $500 or $250 or $170, you could actually just pay $100 for the next 5 months. So you're only just paying $100 every month for the next 5 months. What about if you're in the UK and you want to pay in pounds? What does that come down to? How much is it in pounds? Okay, you'll see it's just the price of a burger. Okay, burger, fries, and drinks. Okay, so you see the total is £435. That's the equivalent of $500. Okay, so monthly payment, all you need to pay for the next 5 months is £87. All you need to pay for the next 5 months is £87 per month. That's all you need to pay every month for the next 5 months. Okay, so now you see this, you only have 16 seats available. So please secure your discount as soon and as fast as possible. All right. So that's 3 and 6 months essentially. For 3 months, if you want to pay in pounds, I'm just going to look at that real quick. GBP. Okay. So it's automatic anyways to pick your current location and use the current location. All right. So for 3 months, GBP is £261. All you need to pay today is £88, £88, 88.74. All right, pounds today in order for you to get started. What else are you looking for? What else would you say you're waiting for to get started? So remember all the things that we're going to be doing for you. Remember all the things that we said we're going to do for you. Projects, industry relevant projects, multiple role experience, multiple industry experience. We're going to provide you with work experience, CV review, LinkedIn optimization, mentorship, coaching, interview preparation, on the job support, and job reference. So all these payments, once you secure the first month, it's easy from there on, okay? And you're paying £87 for the rest of the 5 months. Or if it's 3 months, you're going to be paid £88 for first, £86 and £86 for the remaining 2 months. All right, so it's interesting. It's easy for you to get started. Now, without wasting too much time, let me show you some of the projects you're going to be working on. I can see we had quite a number of people from across different career experience and all that. So once you make payments, you'll be given access to the Google Classroom. Okay. You'll be given access to the Google Classroom. So once you get access to the Google Classroom, this is where we store all the information about the project you're going to be working on. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be wondering, what kind of projects would I be working on? What kind of projects would I be working on? I'm pretty sure you're going to be asking that question, but I'm going to share that with you in a few seconds. So take a look at the data analytics project. Now, the first project they're working on, the first project for data analytics, I'm going to share that with you, optimizing what? Order fulfillment. And I'm going to share that with you in a few seconds, okay? So I moved it. I think I would have to move it back. All right. So this is the document. This is the project itself. This is the first project they worked on. This is project number 1. So the project is optimizing order fulfillment, a data-driven approach to eliminating backlogs with an Excel interactive dashboard. Now, this particular business is a UK-based, it's an Ireland third-party logistic company. Okay, so it's a tech startup that are currently working on delivering parcels for top brands within Ireland. Now, we've partnered with this business for them to give us their unique challenges, and the challenge essentially is backlogs. Okay, backlogs. I'm pretty sure for most people that don't know in supply chain might not understand what backlog is, and I'm going to just do it in a few seconds. So, take for example, you work with Amazon, or we all know Amazon. Amazon has to deliver, let's say, 1,000 packages today. Okay, but unfortunately, something happened. There was a snowstorm, there was traffic, blah blah blah. Instead of delivering 1,000 parcels, they actually delivered 800. So the remaining 200 parcels from today, 200 packages from today. So that 200 packages, what happens? They'll move it to the next day. So if they have 1,500 to deliver the next day, it becomes 1,700. 200 from the previous day and 1,500 from that day itself. So you see how difficult it is, how backlog can actually start to increase. So if on Tuesday, that 1,700, instead of them completely delivering 1,700, let's say they were able to do 1,300. So it remained 400 parcels that were yet to be delivered. That 400 will move to the next day, and that's how it keeps increasing every single time. So this particular business is suffering from that. So based on this backlog, mounted other backlogs, visibility gap, customer frustration, escalating costs. And this is an actual business. This is an actual startup, okay, that is facing this issue. But the only thing is that you won't know the name of the business. We don't provide information like that, okay? Some of these challenges might be very detrimental and it might actually lead to reputational issues. So we don't like to share this information so that it's not something that is publicly available, okay? So you won't know the name of the business or any other critical information that will link you back to the business. just because of reputational risk. Okay, so but every other thing about the business, you know, the kind of operation, you know, you see rationale of the project, aim of the project, and so on and so forth. And also the data set you're going to be working with would be scrub of any other personal information, while you have access to every other thing that has to do with the business. So the tech stack, you're going to be using Excel, and you're also going to be using Office scripts. Okay, so Office scripts, a lot of people are looking on learning VBA in Excel, but VBA has not been updated since 2004 or thereabouts. Okay, Office script is the most recent, you know, development within Excel, where you can actually do automations in Excel, either Excel desktop or Excel online. You can use Office script for automation. So you're going to be using Office script for KPI automation, automation of KPI calculations, and generating ad hoc reports using Office script. So you're going to be learning a lot, and you're also going to be implementing new solutions and gaining experience in the same vein. All right. So that's project number one. Anyways, that's project number one. I'm going to show you other projects. Maybe one more project in data analytics. One more project in data analytics. Let me show you. Okay, customer number two, and this one will resonate with majority of the guys in the UK, and because this is also a UK fintech platform. This is a UK fintech platform. So this is identifying former students, customers at Nova Trust Bank, for targeted service offering and upselling opportunities. I'm going to break it down. I'm not going to waste too much time on this one. This startup is also based in the UK. Okay, so it's a fintech platform, and what they are doing basically, as a student coming for your master's, the only bank you can actually open an account with is with a student account. You can only open a student account. So what this particular business, this startup, was opening for quite a number of students in the UK, but they noticed that after they graduated, they moved from their own bank and they moved to traditional banks like Lloyds Bank, HSBC, and so on and so forth. Okay, so they were losing a lot of students. Okay, so students, when you're working 13 hours, 13 pounds, 10 pounds per hour, 12 pounds, you're saving the money in the account. But the moment you move from your master's and you're able to get a better job, most students leave the platform to go open another account with another traditional bank. So they were losing a lot of customers. Okay, so what they are doing, what your job is now as a data analyst with this organization, is to identify, how can you easily identify customers before they leave the platform? Okay, how can you easily identify customers before they leave the platform? So that's exactly what you're going to be doing. So you're going to be using, for this particular project, you're going to be using Microsoft SQL Server, and you're going to be using Power BI for reporting. Okay, so you'll see everything is automated at the end of everything. You're connecting directly to Microsoft SQL Server. So you're going to be learning a lot of technology, implementing new solutions to, you know, solve critical business challenges. Same thing with data engineering. I'm just going to show you one of the projects because I know I don't want to take too much of the time anymore today. I'm just going to show you one of the projects. This is one of the projects they're currently working on. And this is a data migration project. This is a data migration project. So you see, strategic data migration and advanced analytics, transforming on-premise infrastructure with Google Cloud Platform for scalable data-driven insights. So basically, you're going to be implementing, you know, an actual solution for an actual business. So this is Apex Solution, a global leader in fintech, delivers innovative technologies and business solutions to financial institutions. So basically, this is their structure. They're currently their on-premise pipeline architecture. So you see the data source is what? Zoho CRM, CSV file, and flat files. This is the database, and this is how they visualize the data. So this is where they are moving to anyways. You'll see you'll be designing your own architecture, your own solution to helping them move from an on-premise system to a cloud-based platform, GCP in this instance. Okay, data science, I may not be able to go through all the case studies, but you get the drift if you're looking at, let me just look at something that is not data-driven. Okay, let's take a look at cybersecurity. And we'll also look at other career paths, GRC, and the rest of them. But I'll show you that in a few seconds. Okay, cybersecurity. I'm just going to look at cybersecurity. I'm going to look at this project. Okay, And you see this. So now this is also for a Logitech startup, a Logitech startup. So that's logistics technology startup. Okay, so you see, investigating cyber incident at Swift Logistics Solutions Limited. So the specialization is digital forensic, logistics and supply chain management. You're using tools like Wireshark, Splunk, and Autopsy for this particular project. So basically, what's the business problem? Swift Logistics recently experienced a ransomware attack which temporarily locked their system. You see why we have to keep certain information very private. So if public gets to know the name of this business, that's a dent to the business. Do you understand? So we can't share certain information, critical information about the business to avoid any form of reputational blowback. Okay, temporarily locked out their systems, causing delays in your deliveries, left the team unsure of how the hackers got in and what data might have been exposed. Highlighted the need for tools and training to investigate such attack. The company lacks a proper framework to investigate and respond to security incidents, leading to prolonged downtime. So now, what are you going to be doing as a cybersecurity analyst? You are going to be using the tools Wireshark, Splunk, Autopsy to be able to answer these questions, okay, and provide a solution to the business itself, okay? That's on cybersecurity. We have quite a number of other projects. I'm just going to show maybe one or two more, but essentially that's the kind of projects you'll be working on. And please, if you have any question, please, you can use the chat. I'm going to be taking questions on the chat first before we go ahead to answering some of your questions, via the call itself. So you see, these are real life projects, real life businesses that you are going to be working on. Now, for the business analyst, let's take a look at that real quick in just a few seconds. We're going to be taking a look at that. Okay. So take a look at this. We're going to be looking at this. This is the project brief. Okay. Project 1 document. This is the program overview. And essentially, you get to see this now. Very interesting project. This is a startup also that is looking to build this, and they've contracted us to be able to work on this particular project. So I'm going to click on this, and this is basically it. So we have been hired by ISNs. It's an AI-powered recruitment platform designed to bridge the gap between job seekers and employers. So basically, they want to build a platform that is AI powered. So now the business problem: recruiters face difficulty in identifying the right candidates, high cost due to inefficiency in filtering on qualified candidates, lack of tools to evaluate cultural fit alongside technical skills. Basically, these are the business problem they've identified. And now, what would you be doing as a business analyst on this project? You would have your own aspect of what you've been working on. Okay, so broken down into the 3 months internship, research and planning, MVP development, testing and feedback, presentation and handover. So yourself, the business analyst and the project manager will be working on this project. So the project manager will be leading certain features. The business analyst also will be identifying inefficiencies and also gathering business requirements and also keeping track of different, features that was being developed essentially. Okay, so you see, it's detailed, it is straight to the point, it is, it gives you hands-on practical experience in order for you to get started. And in the same vein, you also have let me just show you the GRC case study for those people that are interested in GRC. So this is for PaySwift, a UK-based fintech payment platform. Now, PaySwift is a UK fintech platform that enables seamless cross-border transactions, allowing Africans in the UK to convert British pounds to their own currency. So basically, they are facing a problem also, okay, business problem. As a fintech platform, as a fintech company handling cross-border transactions, PayAfric, okay, PaySwift faces several governance, risk, and compliance challenges: regulatory compliance, cybersecurity threat, fraud detection, risk management, and third-party management. Okay, aim of the project is the project objective and the technology stack you're going to be working with. So many things also: the methodology, compliance framework implementation, risk assessment and mitigation, fraud detection and prevention, cybersecurity enhancement, third-party risk, and so on and so forth. So, you're going to be getting hands-on practical experience. Remember, you're not going to be doing this alone, okay? You're not going to, I can see someone's question. You're going to be assigned a coach, a mentor. So all the projects you're going to be assigned, you would have a coach and a mentor that would hold your hands and guide you, an experienced person that will be guiding you through the project itself. So nobody's going to be expecting you to be able to handle all the project for yourself. You'll be given a mentor that would and hold you and guide you through the projects you're going to be working on. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about. So what I would say today, please ensure you secure your discount now. 3 months, 6 months, any of this internship that suits you best, I would say secure your discount now. The discount, you can secure it once you have selected secured your internship. You select the 3 months, you secure your internship. All right, all you need to pay is £88. So click on proceed, and you can put in your full name, your email, and proceed with your payment. So please, the links are going to be dropped in the chat. I would want you to secure your place now. All right, so once you've made your payment, all you need to do is come back to this. Once you've completed your payment, you'll get a link sent to you, your email. You'll see it's the payment registration form, or better still, you could actually come here directly to do this. So click on the payment registration form, and you can actually fill the form. Okay, it's just providing you with your real name, your first name, your last name, email address. But the whole essence of this is for you to be able to select when you want to start. Okay, so if you're interested in data analytics, for example, you upload the screenshot of your payment, you click on next. You see, you can actually start on the 8th of March, or you can start on the 5th of April, or you can start on the 10th of May. Or you can start on the 10th of May. So you see, these are the times you can actually start. You can secure your discount now and actually start on a later month. So if you're looking at getting started, get started right now. All right. So we're going to be taking some questions before we call it a day. Okay, we're going to take some questions before we call it a day. It's been a well day spent, and I'm pretty sure you've learned a lot from today's session. So we have a lot of calls in here. Okay, so we have what if I don't have experience at all? What is the difference from someone that have the skills before? If you don't have any experience, that's why you're joining this. Okay, if you don't have any experience, that's the reason why you're joining this, because we're going to help you build that experience, and get you started in any of the career path that you want to go into. So you don't need prior experience. You just need to know the career path you want to go into. And you need to have done some form of training in the past. Even though we're going to provide you with resources, we would always prefer that you've done some form of learning, even if it's a Udemy course or a LinkedIn learning course or, a YouTube video. We need you to have done some form of learning. If you've done any form of learning before, okay, fine. And if you feel like you can still handle it along the project, you're also good to go. All right. Can I have a one-on-one with someone for some guidance? Samira, yes, 100%. The link is sent to you. So all you can do is you can book a one-on-one call, okay, if you want to speak to any member of the team. All right. So I'm looking at the chat for some questions. Are they guided projects? They are real-life projects. They are not guided in the sense that they are solutions, okay, but you have a mentor that will hold you and guide you through the project, okay? So, and these are going to be followed through by best practice, okay, what is attainable in the industry. And you're going to be working with these mentors are people that have a wealth of experience in the industry. So they are going to be guiding you based on industry standards, okay? So it's not guided in the sense that there are video solutions and you just need to watch the video. No, not that. What's the program of the internship? I meant the schedule like. So it's very flexible. So like I said, one project takes about 3 to 4 weeks for you to complete the project, depending on how extensive the project is. So it could be 3 weeks to 4 weeks. So in 3 to 4 weeks, every week we expect you to give at least 1 hour of your time every day of the week. So Monday to Friday, 1 hour on Monday, 1 hour on Tuesday, 1 hour on Wednesday, 1 hour on Friday, so on and so forth. So at the end of the week, you would have gotten a minimum of 5 hours working on that project. So for the next 3 weeks, you have gotten 15 hours working on that project. So that's what is very flexible. You don't need to quit your job for you to get into the internship or work experience program. It's basically at your own time. So you have we call it touch-based sessions with your mentor every week. 2 to 3 times in a week, depending on how flexible you are. So you could do 2 times in a week. It could be Tuesdays and Thursdays. It could be Tuesdays and Wednesday. It could be Monday and Friday. It could be any time of your choice. You'll be able to detect the time that you want to have your time, your meeting with your mentor. Okay, making it very flexible for you to meet up with your to align with your schedule essentially. So if you're married and you have kids, and you could just take a 1 hour, either in the, maybe once you're done with work, before you head home back, you can actually like have your one-on-one session or your touch-base session with your mentor on what you need to do that day or that week or whatsoever the case may be. So it's not like a class. It's not a learning class where you have to be in class every day now. So you have activities, you have tasks that you need to perform, and you're working with your mentor. So we use Slack also. Slack is the means of communication that we use. So I'm just going to show you the platform real quick. Okay, so we use Slack for our collaboration. So I mean, when you get a job, you will not start looking lost on how to use Slack. You would actually be very conversant of how to leverage Slack for communication and using Slack for your day-to-day operation. So I wanted to show you Slack, but Slack is taking time to load. Okay, I'll show you now. Okay, it's not moving the way I want it to move. Okay, so this is a Slack channel, and you see we have different codes operating amongst themselves and all that. So what I would say is that you will have that very flexible for you to get started. Okay, Oyiza, I was just about to ask this. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Kindly confirm that these are not simulations, fictitious companies. What tools? I think I've explained that several times already. So there are different tools you're going to be working with. Data analytics, different tools. Data science, different tools. Data engineering, different tools. So you're going to be working with different tools essentially. All right. These are real companies you're going to be working with. Okay. That rate is flexible. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much for that. I think some of the questions have been answered in there. So let me just take some hands that are raised. Omome, what do you think? Should we take some questions from people that are raising their hands?
Yes, sir. I think we should allow people to speak as well.
All right. Okay. So I think like that, I would follow you from there. So let me see who is raising up their hand now. I think we can take the first person, Chichi. Chichi, do you want to ask a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Chichi. Can you unmute yourself? If you can start payments in April, when do you want to start? If you're starting in March, you have to start your payments now. But if you're looking to join the April cohort, yes, you can. You can start your payments in April. But the discount might just not be available at that time. Okay, yeah, sure. You can start your payments in April. Thank you. Hi, Chichi. I'll move on to another person if you are unable to speak yet. So let me move on to Echezona. That's the person I'm seeing next after Chichi. Hi, Echezona. Can you hear me? Hello, Echezona. I hope you all can unmute. Uche, confirm that they can unmute themselves already.
Oh,
okay, thank you.
Hello.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, so I think my question has been answered. Yes, and okay, yeah, I was going to ask. There's no option for machine learning.
Okay, so that falls under data science, actually.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Which is yeah, that falls under. So you get to work on projects in data science that covers machine learning. So definitely we have that. Okay, if it's trying to show us that, so you would see that now. So that's what it is. So we have that definitely.
Oh, great. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Just to walk you through this in a few seconds. Okay, so this is, like I said, real life projects you're going to be working on. Stock market and fundamental analysis with machine learning ML. Okay, stock analysis, financial analysis, and forecasting. So you're going to be doing quite a number of things. So let me just walk you through the project itself. So ingest data from the API. So you're going to be doing a bit of data engineering also in this. So you get experience with building your own data pipeline, ingesting data from an API source, then exploratory data analysis, feature engineering, modeling and evaluation, fundamental analysis, then reporting and strategy recommendation to the business itself. So how does this sound? Uche, this is just one of the projects. We have quite a number of, they are currently on project 4. This is project 3. This is forecasting also. This is forecasting video game inventory sales. This is project 2. This is jury price optimization. So jury price, this is a very interesting project, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So basically, if you go to a website, which is now, if you go to a website to build, you want to go and buy a ticket, airline ticket. What happens? If you check it 2-3 times over time, you find out that the prices just increase. Same thing with Uber. They call it dynamic pricing. So I might order for Uber now, and you order for Uber almost the same time. You find out that the prices are different. What are those things that lead to that price increase? Those are the things that's exactly what this particular organization wanted to implement. So it's a startup also, okay? It's a business that sells jewelries, e-commerce brand that sells jewelries online. And they wanted to infuse a bit of dynamic pricing into the application, their software, their websites. And that's exactly what you're going to be doing essentially. So it's a very interesting project. So it's jewelry price optimization using machine learning also to be able to identify certain features. And if certain features exist, price increases. So essentially, they don't. In order for them to do this, they don't want to overprice. They don't want to underprice. Okay, because it might be very tricky also. So basically, difficulty in dynamically adjusting prices based on market trend, customer preference, and competitive actions. So if you've come back to check the product like 3-4 times, the price will increase. Do you understand? So those are the things that they're doing. So it's very interesting. I won't lie to you. These are the kind of exciting projects you're going to be working on. So
yeah. All right.
looking forward to
Thank
you
you.
on board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's take the next person. Gideon. Gideon? Okay, Gideon is not there. Sunday Babalola. Sunday Babalola. Are you there? Are you there? And we also have Rukayat Olawure.
Yeah, I just hear it. Hi,
Yes,
can you hear me?
perfectly.
Okay, so I don't know about other people, but there's quite a number of companies offering job experiences and all of that. And I can assure you that some people are probably paid and didn't get value for their money because it's been simulations and maybe people don't have time or the resources to do the things that they are claiming that they can do, right? So that dates to my question when I asked earlier, are you sure these are simulations? Yeah, you're showing us companies and you're showing us the plan on PowerPoint. However, I would have, if I'd seen a company name that I could verify, right? That would probably I wouldn't have asked that question again. Do you get what I mean?
100%.
And for GDPR reasons, what?
Yeah.
So I understand where some things might be maybe data from their company. Definitely we shouldn't see that now. However, having maybe 2 or 3 names of those companies would actually make a lot of difference and then increase the confidence level to be sure that this is not just going to be another business as usual where people just put people together and everybody pays and you're not getting what you paid for. So that's my first one. Maybe I should let you answer that first.
All right, very good question, Rukiyat. So one of the major partnerships that we have with this, for them, if you talk to any CEO in any organization, for them to give you their business, come on, give us the challenges that you're working on. I will make it public for people to be able to know that you are the ones going through this challenge. If you own a business, Rukiyat, will you do that? Let me just ask you that.
Yeah, if you go to management consulting websites or even companies, they post the list of their clients. They put it there. Yeah. We work with this, we work with this, we work with that.
But we won't see them. If
problems are not. They are not eating. It's nothing special to say this is the problem we have. I can even apply for a job by telling them, I've seen your problems on your financial reports, blah, blah, blah. I can do this for you. I can do that for you. Yes, people even apply for jobs with the problems.
Yes, 100%. Like I said, it's 100% valid what you said, but most businesses would not make their business challenges public for people to use. it's impossible for you to say that, okay, we were hacked and certain data were stolen, or we
That's
don't
what I
even-
said. I didn't say data. I said the names of the companies, at least one, to be sure that it's real and it's not simulation and it's not fictitious, and we are not just going to get tasks that will be doled out to us to do, and they are not real life tasks for real. Not, do you get what I mean? Like some form of confidence.
I do 100%. I do understand what you're saying 100%. Maybe that's something I would have to look into. Maybe something that is not so detrimental to the organization. Majority of the businesses, the stuff that we're working on, they are not very generic sales. Our sales was plummeting, or they're trying to do some form of. It's not those kind of projects that you're going to be working on. These are very, very technical projects they're going to be working on, real life business challenges. It's not just, I don't know what career path are you going into, Rukayat?
I'll talk about that very soon. Continue.
Okay, so whatever career path you're going into, it's not going to just be generic things that you can actually just get online. These are real things that it's even difficult for you to come up with it in a scenario. Do you understand? And that's exactly what we're looking at. So anyways, we'll look at it's something that it's a good feedback. Anyways, it's a fantastic feedback, I would say. At this point in time, we don't even if you go on. I work as a consultant, like I said. There's some level of confidentiality when it comes to
which is why I'm not asking for the spreadsheet or the data or the names of their clients or their companies and locations. So let me just go to my second question. My second question is that that's my mind now. Okay, so you have quite a number of categories here. So are you saying that you have all those specialists readily available for us? Regardless of the number you have enough specialists, you have enough data analysts, you have enough data engineers, you have enough business analysts, you have enough professionals, but enough specialists to be able to take on everybody and give the adequate amount of support that everybody needs. And you have all of that on your roster.
Correct. So we're not taking a lot of people. So you see here,
all the lots on your the people here, the roles. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know. We're not taking a lot. First thing I want to establish is we're not taking a lot of people. So we're taking a max. We're looking at 20 people for each of those career paths. So for each of those career paths, we have business partners, and I'm going to show you that. We have our mentors and coaches that are going to be working with you on that. So proof, okay, at the end of everything, okay. Where's the Google Classroom? Okay, so looking at data science, for example, this is guys that started in November. So if I go to people and I'm going to share something, teachers, okay. So you see you have quite a number of people that are going to be assigned to you. So you have Brahma, you have Chiri, you have Divine, you have quite a number of other people that are going to be working.
Thank you for saying this.
So it's not something that you have somebody that's going to be assigned to you to work with you 100%.
Thank you. Sorry, my last question, so I don't take up everybody's time. I was the one who asked the question about the tools we're going to be using, and right after that, I'd already typed it before you then mentioned Slack, because earlier you mentioned Excel. I'm like, no, I want the real tools, the industry tools. What tools? So can you quickly just give me 5? Please.
For what career path are you
tools for maybe data analytics and data engineering?
So data analytics, you're going to be working with Excel, Power BI, SQL, different SQL database systems. So you'll be working with PostgreSQL, you'll be working with MS SQL, you'll be working with MySQL.
Okay.
You would also be working with other visualization tools, visualization like Looker, Excel, Power BI, Tableau. And you'll be working with cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, Azure. Okay, and you'll also be working with Microsoft Fabrics. Okay, so that's for data analytics.
Then business analysis. How about business analysis too?
Business analysis, for the first, depending on the career path, if it's for 3 months, the first 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be working on data analytics projects. And that's because in the industry, majority of the roles in business analysis now encompass data analytics. So you see roles like business data analyst, business systems analyst. So the way we have designed our business analysis career path, is you start off with data analytics projects. So you work on Excel projects, SQL projects, you work with Power BI projects. Those are like the main tools that you're going to be working with: Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Then when you move from there, you go into your core business analysis, where you've been using Draw.io or Visio for your process mapping or process.
So now as a business analyst, you're going to be getting double the work, because you're getting data analytics and also business analysis in one. So that means we're getting double when we're in business analytics.
You'll be getting a bit of double, but I won't say
Don't worry. I'm going to pay now. That's enough for me. I'm paying now. Thank you for answering my questions. I'm sold. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ricky. Thank you.
I'll just click the link and pay.
Okay, thank you very much. Looking forward to having you on board. Okay.
Yeah.
I have nothing in terms of the if the information is, if we can talk to some of the clients for them to be able to, for us to share the information. One of the major reasons why they don't want to, I've explained it, and that's easy for anybody to understand. But if,
don't worry, I'm already sold, and I still don't buy that one, but you're giving me exactly what I want. So that's why I said I'll pay. Like, I don't have any questions again. Don't bother explaining to me. I'm sold. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, let me take the next question. I'm thinking Chizuna, I'm thinking Chichi's the moment. Okay, but Chichi did not unmute herself. Caroline Bergeson. Am I pronouncing that properly?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you for everything. Unfortunately, my connection has been really poor, so I've been in and out quite a bit. My question is quite similar to the lady who just asked the questions. You know, with the presentation I'm seeing, I see the career experience internships where you've listed data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis. And
Yeah.
I assume that's coming as a package where you would have experience, will have the opportunity to experience each of that which you've listed. I'm asking this because I've done a bit of work, or should I say a course that actually, was data science and business analytics. So if I'm coming on board to get my experience, which I need, am I going to get a bit of everything? Because I see the data science there and I see the business analysis also present. So am I going to get the opportunity to have experience in all four areas that you listed?
So that you can have
what are you looking at getting into? So is that data science and business analytics?
Yes, please.
All right. So one of the major misconceptions most people have is they think business analytics is not the same as business analysis.
Okay.
Yeah. So business analysis and business analytics are two separate career paths. Okay. Business analyst is under the domain of business analysis. So now the business analyst, the business analyst is really focused on process within the business.
Okay.
Now the business analytics that you talked about is data analytics. It's just semantics. It's just the word. So business analytics is the same thing as data analytics. So you see this career path that we have here are standalone career path. They are not infused together. Okay. So looking at data analytics, you would do solely projects in data analytics, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Looker, Cloud Platform, AWS, GCP, Azure, SQL, Postgres SQL, MySQL, MS SQL. You'll get all that in your data. Data science is majorly for predictive analytics. So that's when you start to use your machine learning, your deep learning, your AI implementation, and so on and so forth. That's what you're going to be doing in data science. Okay. So it's all standalone career path. Do you understand?
Okay.
So if you want to go for a 6-month internship, that's $500. You could actually select 2 career paths you want to go into. So if you're interested in data analytics, you want to do 3 months of data analytics, 3 months of data science, 100% actually do that. Okay.
Okay. All right. And I would also have the option, assuming that I would want to have a taste or to have an experience with a business analysis, so that going forward, if it's something that I wish to also study, I can do that. Is that possible as well?
You want to taste it, like you want to go buy suya, and you're like, okay, just give me this one. Let me taste this one.
Yeah,
Is
there
that-
are taster sessions in companies. They do taster sessions for you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we can. I know we can give you a sneak peek, but not like a detailed like project.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
we can definitely give you a sneak peek.
Sorry,
Like I showed you.
Efemina, this is Rikiat again. What she's saying now is giving me an idea. Is there a way you can have like an assortment? Because someone that wants a bit of everything, right, can probably get a 4-for-1 discount, like an assortment where you can have a concoction and do maybe 3 months on each of these things. Before the end of the year, you've already had 3 months of experience in each thing and you can pay for them. I don't know, maybe £2 for each one. I don't know. I'm just suggesting that.
It makes sense, okay. But one thing I'll tell you, if you're looking, the key thing is for most professionals are looking to get in a job. At the end of everything, you need a job. So all the experiences and all the things you're going to be looking at, what you need to experience for is to get a job. So if you want to get a job as a bank today, I mean, spend the next 3 months learning, focus on this.
Some of us want to be formidable. Some of us want to be that case where maybe as at last year or 2 years ago, business analysts were getting 70K. And right now, if you go on the job, whatever, business analysts are now getting just 30, 35, or the jobs are not even available because there are too many business analysts, right? So these things are really rapidly changing. Something is in vogue, and everybody you know is already studying business analysis. Everybody you know has done the training, and at times we just need to keep up and keep revamping and just trying to upskill ourselves. I don't know.
Yeah, upskilling is very important, and that's one of the major reasons why we're doing this. Because at the end of everything, if you want to transition from whatever role to the next role, that's one of the major challenges I had. So you see, I've done data analytics. I started as a business intelligence developer. I wanted to get into data science. That was the goal for me, honestly. I wanted to be able to implement machine learning, forecasting, predictive models, and all that, to do all those fancy modeling and all that. That's what I wanted to do. So I started learning again, okay? But one of the major detriment I had was I had no experience, okay? So I was doing BI, but not in data science. And what got me into data science was projects, okay? The first role I worked as a data scientist was actually as a computer vision engineer. And it was just project that got me into that role. Now, essentially, what am I saying with this is it's constant development, constant learning, okay? But you need to start from somewhere. Okay, you can't say that I want to learn everything, or in the next 6 months I want to learn business analysis, data analysis. You will likely get confused, or you will likely not. I get what you mean. So one other thing I would say is another major misconception is because everybody's learning it, the demand will reduce. I can tell you for free, the demand is still very, very high. Very high, and I'll tell you this because of this. This is something.
Please, let's clarify. The demand for which one exactly is very high?
Data analytics, data science, data business analysis. The demand is.
My example was clearly business analysis, because I know senior BAs that are currently out of job now. That was my major. That was why I said everybody was doing business analysis.
What about data engineering?
That is my concern, because that was what I did.
Okay. Data engineers are one of the highest paid. So if you're going into data engineering, you are going to be working into the high 50s in terms of salary. If you know how to position, and that's where we'll position you anyways. And that's the reason why I don't want to put it. You're not going to put an internship on your CV anywhere on your platform. No internship is going to be there. It's going to be consultant, data engineering consultant, business analyst consultant, or whatever. Everything is going to be consulting. So you're getting what you'd like experience.
Yeah.
So
sorry. I think some of us, this issue of indecision was addressed during the presentation for us to be focused on what we would like to do, not just the money and just getting the job, going for what you would like to do. Because when you are in the office and you are getting the job and the money, if there's no job satisfaction, you just hate the whole process. You just begin to look for how to switch jobs. I think doing what you like matters a lot. Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank
please.
you.
The reference,
Okay.
sorry, the references, where is it coming from? Will it be Abdari or something? Or
No, it's going to be Amdari. It's going to be
Oh.
Amdari. We are registered in the UK. We have all the documents that you need. Any request they do.
sorry, do you know Tritech?
Yes, I've heard of Tritech. Yes.
So I have employers that literally told me that once they see Tritech on your CV, they don't take it seriously because the numbers were just too much, and they're like, everybody could not have simply worked here.
Exactly. So that's why we're not taking a lot of people. So
Okay.
the limited it to just 20 people for each of the career path. So we're not just flooding the market of Amdari. Another thing is, if you go to the website, if you go to Google Amdari, okay, you just search for the website amdari.io, you will clearly see that it is a work experience platform. It's not a training organization. You would see it everywhere. You're going to be working on projects. You're going to be, so there's credence to what we are doing. Why is this thing taking so long to load? www.amdari.io. Okay, so everything that we have on the platform is solely towards internship and work experience program. Sorry. Okay, so you have nothing to worry about.
What
so
tool are we using for data engineering? You never said anything about that. Tools for
Okay.
data engineers.
All right, let me use my other browser. I think this is acting. This browser is. I'm just going to bring in my other browser. So data engineering, you're going to be using majorly Python. Python will be like the major tool you're going to be working with, Python and SQL. So in line with that, also you'll be working with quite a number of cloud platforms, all the cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, and Azure. In the same vein, you have different tools for orchestration and scheduling. So you have Apache Airflow, you have Apache NiFi that you also get to work with. For what else? Sorry, keep to mind. For big data analytics or big data handling, you'll be working with Apache Spark. You would also be working with DBT. You'll be working on projects in DBT. That's Data Build 2. So you'll be working with quite a number of tech stack, talent. You'll be working with quite a number of tech stack. I'm trying to load the website. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, that's essentially the projects you've been working on. So let me just show you some other data engineering projects that you would see for yourself. You can actually take a look at for yourself. Okay, this is so unusual. Okay, so just because of that question, I don't think we spent so much time talking about data engineering. So it's okay for you to ask this question. So let me take a look at the first one, first project these guys are working on. This building efficient. This is going to be working on. Let me see. This is what they're going to be using. So they're going to be using Talent for this. They're going to be using Python, SQL, PostgreSQL, doing a bit of Power BI, and and all that. So for that first one, the second one is going to be Reddit. This for a marketing analytics company. Okay, so. So this one now, for example, you're going to be connected to Reddit API. You're going to be using Kafka. You're going to be using Apache Spark. You're going to be using Docker for containerization. You'll be using GitHub also. You'll be using MongoDB for this particular project, and you'll be using Zookeeper also. So you're going to be using quite a number of what they call modern data stack for your projects in data engineering. Does this answer your question?
Yes, it is.
All right. So looking forward to having you back. What are the tools for SOC? Very interesting projects, very, very interesting questions that have been asked. So quite a number of projects also. I wonder why the website is taking so long to load. I'm using the projects we have on the platform to answer the question. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. So for SOC, okay, once you click on SOC, you have the SOC career path, okay? You'll be working on different tools, Wireshark, Splunk, IBM QRadar, Kali Linux, Metasploit, Burp Suite, Nmap, Volatility, Autopsy, and so many other tools that you'll be working with for the guys using SOC analyst, okay? Data analyst, business analyst, I think I've spoken about that earlier. I'm a software developer, but I know PSSQL So that's okay. What about business analysis? So business analysis, you could actually just come to the website and look at the technologies you're going to be working with. But bear in mind, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. We're only going to be taking, like I said, we're limiting it so we can have that personalized touch, one-on-one conversation with you to be able to cover everything. So for business analysis, you're going to be doing a little bit of combination of data analytics and business analysis. So you'll be working with tools like Power BI, SQL, Trello, obviously your project management / business analyst too, Jira, Confluence, Microsoft Suite, Google Workspace, Microsoft Visio, Draw.io, Asana, Azure DevOps, Excel, so on and so forth. You'll be working with. So you see this, you can work as a business analyst, systems analyst, business systems analyst, process analyst, Scrum Master, and so on and so forth. So you'll be handling quite a number of projects across different fields. All right, we might not be able to take all the questions. I know a lot of people have questions. So what we're going to do is we would have one-on-one sessions scheduled for the rest of the week, Monday through to Friday. So if you have any question, we will be answering your questions. Obviously, we wanted to provide you with as much information as we can in this session today. So back to exactly what everybody was asking, Ricky that was asking, so you see, gain real work experience working on real work projects in data engineering, data science, business analysis, real work projects, work experience internship. So if a recruiter comes to the platform to even look at it, it basically shows that you're going to be working on projects. Okay? So it's not saying that you're going to be learning or you're going to teach you. Do you understand? So become 10x better. What you hear, you forget. What you see, you remember. What you do, you understand. Access to remote job boards, free portfolio website, international work reference, one-on-one mentorship, work experience. You see current work experience program, data science career experience, blah, 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 real work projects, and everything is there for you. So anytime they come to the platform, they clearly can see that this is a work experience platform, not a training organization. This is where you can actually build project. Okay, so we're going to be prioritizing people that make payments, just so that it's preference at the end of the day. We're going to be prioritizing people that have secured their discounts in order for you to ask further questions about what we do. Okay. So those are the people that we're going to be prioritizing. Okay, so once you make your payment, we'll likely prioritize you for the one-on-one session. Okay, if you still want to talk to us before you make your payment, please go ahead to schedule. We would also schedule you for a time next week. The program is going to be starting on the 8th of March. This discount is going to be ending maximum of Tuesday this week. All right, this coming week we're entering into. So if you want to get started, I would say secure your discount now. It's £88 even in the UK for any of the career path. So you can secure a discount with £88 and you can spread the rest for the rest 3 months or the rest 5 months, depending on what you're looking at. So, I'm excited to have you guys on board, and I'll tell you, not every organization, I know somebody mentioned that a lot of organizations do work experience program, but I'll tell you for free, it's not like what we're doing here. Okay? It's not even close to what we're doing here. This is an actual work experience program. So you guys looking for UK experience, looking to get internship, looking to learn, implement solutions, this is where you need to be. Okay? So if you're looking at getting started, I would say for free, get started now. Okay, I'm looking forward to having you both. Please,
sorry, Ife. Can I just quickly ask a follow-up question on what Rukayat said and what you just mentioned now?
Okay.
So, if I may ask, how do you get this project? I know you said you work with this company, but I just feel like you really need to answer that question that Rukayat asked, if it's not some kind of simulation project, because I believe if it's a live project that you're getting and you'll be giving to us, getting that from a company, there should be like a time frame to get back to the company, right? So is it like after one project has been done, does that mean that project is done and dusted? So the next batch of your student or the intern would be getting the same project?
No. All right. So That's a very good question. Okay, so usually we source for these projects from different clients, different clients essentially across the world. Okay, so it could be from Nigeria, it could be from Ghana, it could be from Kenya, it could be from UK, Ireland, any part of the world really. Okay, so they give us a business challenge, we revamp it into the case studies that you're seeing here. Okay, and that's what we use. So if it's a data, if it has to do with for cybersecurity, the guys in SOC, the guys in penetration testing would need what we call logs, okay? Or if you're data science, data analytics, you need the data, okay? So we get this data, okay? They will even, so sometimes they will be the one to provide us with the data, remove some critical information that has to do with that. So we give 3 to 4 weeks for us to work on the project. Okay, so once you're done with the project, you would give your presentation and your recommendation to the business. Okay, usually they would have a representative, or the session will be recorded. Okay, for them to take access to the material, the things you've submitted, and your recording and the recording to the session if they can't make it for the presentation. Now, if there is a further enhancement they are looking to have, okay, to the project itself, it's not you that work on that project, okay? The next set of interns would likely work on that project with the enhancements that we provide. So that's the only part that we need to do, okay? So that's the only trick it is. It's not, we don't reuse projects. Some projects are beginner friendly. So in order for us to set tone, so we have different people. This person, I watched the video on YouTube, I did a boot camp, I did this, I did that. So we have different people coming in from different backgrounds. So usually we have like some projects that are sort of beginner friendly that we start off with, so that everybody can actually have like a fine-tuned experience on how a project in a career path will go. So rather than just giving them new projects that we know that people might struggle a little bit, so we provide them with that background information. So we've designed the internship in a way that we can bring in people from different backgrounds to get started to learn. So every project is likely going to be a new project, okay? And we're constantly sourcing for new projects. Now, if there is a need for an enhancement from the project based off what the previous internship has done, then that particular new the next set of people will get a similar project, but with further enhancement to the project itself. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, so you're saying it's more like a simulation, because what she asked is, if you say it's a real life project, that means there should be deadlines to react on it. That's to submit it. So if it's not, the real life project, that means you're saying it's the simulation.
I'm not sure. Maybe you missed some. Okay, I said the projects are given. There's a time frame, depending on the extensiveness of the training of the project itself. It could be a 3 weeks or it could be a 4 weeks internship duration. So there's a deadline. So you see, for every project that we have, you see there is a deadline that we're going to be submitting. Okay, so nobody is going to be working on the project and there is no deadline. So you see, start date and what end date. So this particular one started in December, 3rd of December 2024, and the end date was on the 10th of December 2024. There's a start date and there's an end date. Okay, so like I said, once you submit this particular project, a presentation is going to be done from your team, or individually you present your findings and your recommendation, in which you would either have a stakeholder from the business on the call, or you would have, the session will be recorded for them to have, and your submission files and everything will be on the document. So you see everything, project submission. So you see everything will be submitted into that particular portal. So once that is submitted, they have access to your presentation, your findings, and all that you have done, okay? And they will make a decision based off what we provide for them. And like I said, you will be working with an expert or, an industry experienced professional that will be holding you and guiding you through the project itself, okay? So I don't know if this answers your question.
Do you set the date, or it's the company that gives you the deadline?
No, we set the dates. So we set the dates. They don't set the dates because it's a consulting. If you work as a consultant, they're not paying for it. Do you get it? So it's kind of like a mutual beneficial agreement where we have people that are looking to gain an experience, and we want to work with different businesses across the world, and they want to work on real life projects and so on and so forth. So give us your problem, and we have people that will work on it, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. So it's not a tight deadline where like you need to be done with this by Friday of this week. You need a solution now. So that's exactly not the case. So we have a mutual relationship.
So
Yeah.
don't you feel like, because I'm getting the feeling like it's probably some problems that companies has already been sorted that were given to you. That's what I'm kind of
If it's going to
getting
be
from this explanation. The reason why I say that is, for example, let me give you an example. If a company has been hacked and they needed a solution, they needed to figure what data has been stolen, or if any data has been stolen at all. They need to do that ASAP because they've only got, I think, 42 or 72 or 48 hours to report to the ICO, if any data is stolen at all. So if it is a live project, they would need somebody that you would definitely have, like, I don't know, 24 hours deadline to figure out if any data is stolen or not. I don't know if that makes sense, if what I'm saying, if you're trying to get what I mean. So that is why I ask, do you, like, if you have any deadline set by this company? Because with your answer or with your response now, I'm getting the feeling that, okay, if you're saying that they don't set any deadline for you because it's a win-win for both parties, it could definitely be like, these are the past problems that these companies have encountered that were given to you,
So it really, honestly, I get what you're saying. Olani Niza, I get what you mean. Okay, 100%. Now, if it's a past problem, it's a current problem, it is something they faced at one point in time. It's a real life challenge that they faced. Okay. Now, the key thing is, majority of the people that are going to be joining the internship are looking for hands-on experience. Okay. If you're coming for as a SOC analyst, for example, you've never done anything around, any form of threat assessment, vulnerability assessment, and all that, and I'm telling you to go and do it in 24 hours. I mean, is that a realistic timeline for a beginner, someone that has never done it before, to do it? It's impossible. So in as much as we want to talk about real life experiences, you want to work on the most recent thing that they are working on at the moment in time, you need experience. And what kind of experience are you looking for? Is something that they did last year and you're doing it this year, does that impede your experience? No, it doesn't. Did it mean that you worked on that project and you were able to deduce and detect and do all the things that you needed to do? Yes, you were able to do it. What challenges did you face while you're working on a project? You will face somebody that did it last year and faced the challenge of ingesting the data into Splunk for your assessment, or ingesting the data into Splunk. Now, if the person that did it last year faced a particular issue and you faced your own issue this year, does that impede the timeline to the experience that you got? No. So the person did theirs in a real life work environment where they had to do it within a week, but you took 2 weeks or you took 3 weeks to do yours. And the person, you went for an interview, and that person that did theirs in 2 weeks, is asking you a question: how do you ingest the data into Splunk for your assessment and analysis and all that? Okay, initially I was trying to ingest it using the log, blah, 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 but I found out this particular issue, and that's why I would recommend that anybody that is going to be using this particular system or using this particular kind of file should go through this particular route. It's still the same experience. So in terms of timeline, we are bringing in people from different backgrounds, and we cannot tell people that coming from different backgrounds to say that all of you on this background, you have 24 hours to come and work on this project. I mean, realistic timeline at the end of everything. So in as much as it's not a learning platform, we are going to be providing you with resources and all that would help you work on any of these projects you're going to be working on. But at the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, what you're going to be working on is the experience, the challenges, the things that you faced on. You're going to be working with team members that are going to be difficult to reach out to, that would not want to work on the project. At the end of the day, it's still the same experience. You go on the job and they ask you, have you dealt with working with difficult teammates? Yes, I have. How did you manage it? Okay, yes, I was able to do X, Y, Z in order for us to still achieve the reasonable timeline of the deadline, and so on and so forth. So bear in mind that in as much as this is going to be an internship, okay, where everybody's going to be working on very similar projects, okay, and you're going to be using that to build your own personal experience in the career path you want to go into. At the end of the day, your experience is what matters. How you generated if they did the project last 2 years and it was a sales optimization project, you've never done it before. So I mean, that's something you can add to your portfolio that, okay, yes, I worked on this particular project. So, those are the things I would add to it. When I was doing computer vision, for example, computer vision at the time, I was doing facial recognition, face, eyes, mouth, ear, hand recognition, and so on and so forth. But people were already doing things that had to do with, object detection, car object detection, for driving on the car, for driverless cars. They were already doing autonomous driving at the time. But I was still learning facial recognition. But without facial recognition I built, I was able to get my first job as a computer vision engineer. And what did I work with? I worked with a company based in the UK. And what they were doing was they were trying to use facial recognition for some medical health ailments, and it was interesting. So anyhow you get your own experience, at the end of the day, you can leverage that same experience in getting the job that you still desire. So title and deadline, everybody has 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the extensiveness of the project, 3 to 4 weeks for you to work on the project. Everybody's working also. That's something you need to take into consideration. So it's not a full-time job where you have all the time and effort to dedicate on that particular thing. This is going to be flexible. So you're dedicating 1 hour every day. Everybody's still learning. Everybody's still getting the same experience. So those are the things that you get to work with. So you see quite a number of stand-up meetings that you have with your mentors. All sessions are recorded. So if you want to go back to the recording of those stand-up meetings to, find out things that we discussed and all that, everything is there. So at the end of everything, the project, the employability, the end result is for you to get a job. If you can leverage this in getting a job, that's exactly what we'll do for you. So thank you very much. And
what's the extent of your project in healthcare, please? I think that's one area I have key interest in healthcare.
Healthcare. You would have some projects in healthcare, but I can't tell you that you're going to be having 5 or 6 projects in healthcare, because you're not the only person also that will be coming into the internship. And everybody, what we do is we kind of have different experiences you're going to be going through. So healthcare definitely is one of the major sectors that you're going to be working with. So healthcare, logistics, you get different projects across different experiences. Okay. All right. So yeah. So thank you very much. So if you have any questions, I know we're thinking this is almost I know this is like 9 p.m. almost 10. Oh my goodness, this is just 10 for the almost 11 p.m. West African time. But guys in the UK, this is like 10:46.
Yes, you are right. I wanted you to talk about the difference between the two programs. You have 6 months and you have 3 months. Which one would you request for people who don't have much experience in terms of using some of these tools?
I'll say you go for 6 months would suit you better. For the 6 months, you have a lot of learning you'll do initially before you go delving straight into all the projects that you're working on. All right, so the 6-month internship provides you with guided projects for a start before you jump straight into the self-paced projects that you're going to be working on. So if you are an absolute beginner, okay, like you've just learned one technology amongst 5 technologies,
and you want to actually still go into the internship, I would advise you go for the 6 months. So you have enough time to learn and also get into the career path you want to go into. Okay?
But unfortunately, I've enrolled for the 3 months. Can it be switched now because we've not started?
Yeah, sure, we can switch. That's no problem at all. That's something we do. Just send us an email. I'll just put my email. I'll just send an email to admin
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. I was in yesterday meeting. So I asked because I just completed my master's in AI for business. So
Okay.
I have a few years in data science, and I'm in Ireland. So
Okay.
you should know about these Irish people. They don't really want to pay, but they want you to have like 3 to 4 different skill sets. So what is happening now is that the jobs that they're applying for, they need data science skill sets, data engineering skill sets, and data science in general, like in the aspect of AI, like having a large language model, computer vision and all. So I don't know if you have a tutor in this sector.
A tutor. So for me, if it's data science that you want to go into, a quick win. It's quick win. You need to get a job. You want to get into this. I know everybody wants to use the large language models. You want to work as a computer vision engineer, but for you just completing your program and you want to get a job, I would say first of all start with normal machine learning. Now, machine learning majorly for forecasting, predictive models for forecasting, maybe a bit of majorly forecasting, I would say. So time series forecasting or any form of predictive model, okay, for you to just start off with. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but supply chain is heavy on data science. So what made me very, very, I would say very successful within the data space is I focus more on supply chain and logistics. Everything I did was majorly data science focused. Okay, so you see the business intelligence developer role I did. The reason why they wanted to sponsor me was because I built a model, a forecasting model for that same organization, that same company I was working as a warehouse staff. So I built a forecast model to be able to predict what volume is going to be for next week. Okay, so we talked about backlogs. You know, one of the case studies that the interns worked on. Backlog is one of the major things that delivery firms suffer from. So as a data scientist, how do you build a predictive model that will be able to predict certain features, either deliveries, driver turnaround time? There are so many things that you can actually do. So when you're looking at supply chain, there are quite a number of roles you could also go. Do you know demand planning? Demand planning is actually data science. It's just that it doesn't you won't see data science in anything that they're doing there.
Wow.
Demand planning is there on 100% majorly inventory planning, anything that has to do with planning in data science, in logistics and supply chain is definitely data science. Because you're doing
do you like work with large language models?
Yes, you'll be working on projects. I mean, the next project is one of the guys that are going to be working in data science. It's going to be a large language model.
Okay, and also, how can I go for data science and also data engineering? Because I want to go into the 6 months program. So I want to do both.
Yeah, you can start with anyone you want to start off with. I would say data engineering for you. Data science will be like a quick win for you to get started with in the first 3 months. Then you can start to do data engineering at the same time. Some of the projects in data science would involve a bit of data engineering, not extensive data engineering, but at least you'll be able to use Python to connect to a database, do some SQL querying. You'll be able to do some transformation, load into a database structure, and do your machine learning, automation, and all that, pipeline, a bit of machine learning engineering and all that. You'll be able to do all that. Okay, but the data engineering, not going into data engineering. That's when you start to learn everything that encompasses data engineering itself. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Looking forward to having you on board, Olayinka. For project management is likely going to be coming back in June. Like I said earlier, we don't take a lot of people, so we don't want to. We took a lot of people in January, January and February. So we had to actually lay it down a bit so that we don't overshoot and under deliver. So we had to close out HR, financial analytics, and project management. So that's why you don't see it anymore, but we're not selling it at the moment. And that's also to give you credence to what we are doing here. So we want to be able to provide you with as much value as possible. So if you're looking at getting started, please waste no more time. Get started, select your career path, and let's help you get started. Build your experience, employability, interview preparation, CV review, LinkedIn automation, on-the-job support, prepare you for those interviews, and get a job. Do you understand? The end of everything, the whole experience that you're looking for is using this experience to be able to get a job that you want to get into. And those are the things I will do for you. So get started, and let's see how we can work with you to that UK experience that you've been, clamoring for. This is how you get it today. I apologize in advance.
Hello. Hello.
Questions, but thank you
Hello,
very
can
much.
I ask a question, please? Just want to confirm something.
I've said that by almost like 4 times. So Rebecca, please.
Okay. I just want to confirm because I've been. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. Because I've been on a platform like this. When you have like a challenge, there's really no one to put you through. So I couldn't really continue. So I just want to have your word. If there is a challenge along the line, will the person be there to like guide you through it?
Rebecca, let me say this. Now we go chase you. We will chase you. We'll be the ones to chase
I know what I'm saying. I don't want to come out explicit, but I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Like, we are the ones. Like I said, we have mentors that are going to be working with you. We have coaches that are going to be working with you. We also have people that are in charge of reaching out to you specifically. Okay, so you have nothing to worry about. Okay, if you're having challenges on the project and you don't know what to do, that's the reason why I showed you. You see, we have the stand-up meeting, we have the general stand-up meeting, and we also have the individual stand-up meeting where you can actually book calls with this person, the mentor, for you to run your issues or whatever challenges you're facing at the moment. We also have the Slack channel where you would also be able to have conversations and chat with your team members and every other person that you're going to be working with. So in terms of collaboration, you're going to be getting a lot, okay? In terms of that collaboration, question handling, and so on and so forth. So to be honest with you, you have nothing to worry about, okay? And like I said earlier, the reason we're only taking just 20 people is so that we can personalize your learning experience, okay? So you have nothing to worry about, okay? So even when you start the month of March, the deadline is, like I said, on Tuesday. That's the maximum we're likely going to get to. So if we can get 20 people today, that internship is closed. So you have that, you'll still get that personalized feel from the people you're going to be working with.
All right, what about for April? When is the deadline for April?
April, the discount is not guaranteed for April.
Is the discount I'm talking about?
Yeah, the deadline is still going to be Tuesday. So we're going to be closing, registration for March. We're still going to sell for April anyways, okay? But the only thing that's not guaranteed is the discounts. So you might be missing out on the discounts. That's the only difference, okay? So if you don't secure it now and you want to secure maybe sometimes next month, the discount is not available. It might not be available next month. So that's the key difference, okay? So thank you very much, everyone. I'll be looking forward to joining. Like I said, I may not be able to take all the questions on the call, but we'll be having one-on-one sessions where you can ask further questions. So bear in mind, myself, Omomi will be there for us to answer your questions and concerns. I know it's difficult, obviously, with the fact that we have so many platforms doing the same thing. Maybe offering this as a subset of some of the things that they offer, but we've 100% focused majorly on experience, building that your experience and getting started in any of those career paths. So if you want to actually get started, I would say start, okay? And that's why it's not taking you so much. Nobody's telling you to drop 50% or 80%. They're going to be dropping just a tiny bit of the amount that you need to get started. Try for a month, okay? And see what we can help you with within just a month. Then you'll believe exactly what we're trying to say. So thank you very much, everyone. Looking forward to having you on board. And for the people that I'll be meeting with this week, looking forward to meeting you also this week. But like I said, we are going to prioritize people that have made payment, and those are the people that we're going to be speaking of with. Thank you very much, everyone, and do have a wonderful weekend ahead. I enjoyed myself. If you enjoyed yourself, can you unmute yourself and say, yeah, yeah? Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Only one person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you very much, everyone. Do have a wonderful weekend. And,
Thank
yeah,
you, Omotsu.
yeah. Omomi, take care. Thank you very much. Omomi, do you have anything to say to anyone? Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye for now.